Delightful Dambulla is where we are for the Rhino Presents Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's Series 2026 powered by Honor. It's for one last time that we're here for the third and final T20I between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Sri Lanka already having won the series 2-0. Pakistan playing for some pride. That is what has transpired on this long tour from the Pakistan women here in Sri Lanka. The first ODI was on the 23rd of July. Seems like a long time ago now. That one, Pakistan winning comfortably by 5 wickets. Remember, that's the only match in which they chased. But after that, in the second and third ODIs, Sri Lanka winning comfortably by 8 wickets, chasing down totals with relative ease. Then the T20s here in Dambulla. Both games, Sri Lanka winning by 6 wickets, chasing down 170 plus scores, winning the series 2-0 already. And here we are on the 4th of August for the third and final T20. This is what happened in the second T20. Pakistan posting 175 after choosing to bat first, which many people were surprised by. Shawal and Muniba at the top of the order, making runs as they did in the first T20 as well. 40s for both of them. And Chamudi, once again, the young spin sensation from Sri Lanka, just 17 years old, picked up a couple of wickets to release that flow of runs in the middle. 175 is what they put up Pakistan after a bit of a blitz from Emma and Fatima at the end. And in reply, Sri Lanka once again dominant, comprehensive and commanding with the bat with Sanjana, the debutant. A very memorable debut for the young 17-year-old again. 46 of 24 for her, alongside a blistering start by Chamari, 40 of 15 for her. And Harshita, as always, being in good touch with the bat. 37 not out, seeing the team through, chasing down 178 with more than 2 overs to spare and winning by 6 wickets. We talked about that debutant, Sanjana Kavindi. She played her first game in that second T20I, but it seemed like she had played many games for Sri Lanka before. From her under-19, transitioning into the national squad. But look at how well she played, batting alongside Chamari Athapattu. She played beautiful strokes all around the park and took the attack to the bowlers and made herself a very memorable debut. Eventually got out, playing a shot too many, but it was certainly something that she'll remember for a long time to come, being the player of the match in her debut game. Much applause from her teammates as well. 6 fours and 2 sixes in that innings. And she'll be looking forward to being part of this third T20 too. Well, the conversations have been about the surface and how good it has been to bat, but how will it be today? Let's find out from Ali Yunus, who was down there for the pitch report.
Very breezy morning here in Dambulla. Temperature around about 28 degrees. That makes it an excellent day for cricket. The series has already been won by Sri Lanka, but Pakistan all to play for in this very important game. The surface, well, it's the same surface that was used in the first game of this series, and runs were scored, plenty of them. And this pitch looks no different. It's very hard, it's very firm. So groundsmen, they've done an excellent job in preparing this pitch, considering we had rain yesterday here in Dambulla. Well, the only worry for the batters is this portion, where there's a little bit of moisture available for the bowlers, and with the new ball, bowlers should be able to extract this moisture. So if I'm the captain if I win the toss as a captain, I'll be tempted to bowl first.
Yeah, as expected, the report from Ali Yunus, teams have enjoyed batting second on this track, and that's the advice from Ali Yunus. But what will the teams decide to do? The toss for the third T20, Neil Ojha was down there with the two captains.
Hello and welcome to the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium for the third and the final T20I of the series. Sri Lanka have already won the series, but Pakistan would be looking to play for pride. It's toss time and I have the captains that matter. Chamari Athapattu leading Sri Lanka, and for Pakistan women's we have Muniba Ali. Michelle Pereira, the match referee. Chamari's got the coin and she's going to flip it. Heads is a call. And Muniba, you won the toss. Congratulations. What's the decision?
We will going to bowl first.
Bowl first. What is the reason behind it?
I mean, just for a change. We were batting first in the last 2 matches, but just for a change, and also to test as a batting unit if we put in a chase what we will do.
The series has not gone in your favor, but I'm sure that you are proud of this young squad.
Obviously, results are not on our way, but a few people have really stand out in their respective fields. I mean, so as a bunch, I think they will grow, and collectively we will put on a good results.
What have you told the young side of yours before today's game?
Obviously, you know, every match is an opportunity to show their skills. So I just told them to just enjoy and uh, get the opportunity.
You're a very young captain. I'm sure you're proud of yourselves as well.
Yeah, obviously it's also an opportunity for me how I handle these things. So yeah,
Any changes?
two changes. Iman Nasir unfortunately got stuck in her finger last match. So Najia Alvi comes in and Tasmia Rubab left out and Tuba has come in.
Thank you so much and give us a good game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mariba. Chamari didn't win the toss, but what would you have done?
Actually, if we want the toss, definitely we will bat first because last two games we playing with chasing. So if we want the toss, definitely we will bat first.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do to try and test out your squad because, like you said, you won the two games chasing. But would that mean a difference in approach?
Yeah, definitely. Because before Asia Cup, we have to try our everything, chasing and batting first and the bench as well. So we definitely we will try more things in this game as well.
You mentioned the bench as well means there are a bunch of changes.
Yeah, we are coming with two changes. Dimasha back into the side and Kaushin Nutyangana back into the side.
What about the youngsters? Shamudi has impressed us all. We've seen Imesha doing really well. Tell us about these youngsters.
Actually, they are playing really good cricket, especially the under-19 girls, Chamudi and Sanjana Kavindi, and the young Imesha Dulani. So a lot of youngsters doing good and the seniors as well. These are the positive things in my side before the Asia Cup.
You seem to be a happy captain. Go us and give us a good game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So the news from the centre is Pakistan skipper Munib Ali won the toss and she's going to bowl first.
Well, you think it's a good start for Pakistan having won the toss, and for once they've decided, right, Sri Lanka have won all their games chasing, we're going to try and do that, and this is how they line up. Rajiv Avirsinghe joins me for this first half of the game. Sri Lanka women, couple of changes in there, Rajiv.
Yeah, three changes. Maki Madara gets an opportunity and Nimesha Mipake also, and Kaushini, the wicket keeper. She was involved in the T20 World Cup. And two changes for Pakistan as well. Najia Alvi gets an opportunity and Tuba Hassan. So it's a great test, just like Chamari mentioned, that they wanted to bat first because they've been chasing throughout, and this is the opportunity also for the batters to step up while post a score, and also the spinners, all the bowlers of Sri Lanka 11 to defend the score, what they're gonna get while batting first.
Yeah, you'd say it was a good toss for Chamari to lose, really, because as you said, they have been winning chasing, and he'll be an opportunity for their batters to set a total. They've been in good form though. Imesha, a brilliant century from her in the first T20. 403 runs, a good healthy average of 31 in a T20. Already 100 in just 19 games, and that strike rate once again. Batting alongside Chamari Rajapaksa, you've got to try and be at least close to what she does in the start. But here's the superstar, the queen of Sri Lankan cricket. 4,000 plus T20 runs, 14 50s and 4 centuries. Distinguished and absolutely brilliant. One of the fiercest strikers of the cricket ball in the women's game.
So interesting from Munib Ali, introducing spin into the attack earlier on in the first over. Hani, she's been outstanding throughout this one-day format and also the T20 series here in Sri Lanka. It's a very good economy, but the numbers doesn't show much. She is far more better than the numbers. So spin being introduced earlier on, not offering the ball come on to the bat. That's a great move from Munib Ali.
Yeah, doing things differently. They would have had to. I mean, a long discussion after that T20, the second T20 loss, where I really thought that some of the decisions with the bowlers and especially the fielding had a lot to be decided. Umehani picked up the wickets early on, especially of Chamari Rajapaksa, and they'll be hoping she provides the breakthrough. Here we go then. First ball is on the leg side. Imesha will flick this towards square leg, and first runs on the board for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think it's a good test for Chamari as well, because she loves the ball coming on to the bat earlier on inside the power play, but now she needs to shift. She needs to shift and adjust on the spinners. So great move all in all from Pakistan to bring in, after winning the toss, bring in Umehani into the attack earlier on, not to offer Chamari with or give those freebies.
Yeah, she really took to the fast bowlers in that second T20, 40 off just 15. It was Umehani, in fact, who got the wicket of Chamari Athapattu off the first ball that she bowled, trying to play a big slog. Found deep square leg now. Will Chamari look to attack her from ball one? Slip in position, so attacking field set here for Chamari. They've got mid-wicket and long on in position. Chamari, of course, very strong on the leg side. Anything straight, she will punish you. Needs to be accurate here, Ummehani. Watchful start. That's something she will do, Chamari, against spinners.
I think good start from Ummehani as well, with a deep mid-wicket and a long on being placed to bowl stump to stump. That's the ideal line that she'll be targeting to bowl at Chamari.
Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Some turn and some bounce, and that should motivate Ummehani and also cast a seed of doubt into the mind of Chamari Athapattu.
Yeah, I think this is what Ali was mentioning in the pitch report, that there is some moisture on the surface. Grip and turn, sharp turn and bounce.
This has been cut away. No protection down there. Chamari Athapattu, assessing the bounce from the previous delivery, waited for it to come on and cut it away very, very well for her first boundary and Sri Lanka's first four as well.
Yeah, zero margins of Chamari. See, there was a lot of width on it. Ample time for her to place that ball behind square. On the offside, gets her first boundary.
Right now, do they make a change in the field? There is one change. It seems slip has come off immediately. Trying to strengthen that offside field. Well, she got turn and bounce. Yeah, there was a bit of width on that. Chamari cut it away, but would have liked to see that slip still there. You can imagine what kind of positive, relaxed mind frame Chamari must be in. Players around her, batters around her batting well. Going for the sweep shot again. Fine leg is up in the circle. She will have to give it a chase, but it'll trickle along to the boundary. Back-to-back fours for Chamari Athapattu.
Yeah, sweep shot. Played it very fine. Not the ideal length, not the ideal line for Chamari. There you see some glove, or very fine. And Sri Lanka off to a fly with those two boundaries, I would say.
Yeah, well, she strengthened her offside and then bowled a straight one. That's better. Nice and straight. Chamari watchful. She won't mind it. Couple of boundaries and 9 runs off the first over of Ummehani. 9 for none. Well, it's spin from one end. It'll be a bit medium pace from the other. Wahida Akhtar hasn't had the best of times so far. Chamari has really put her away. But here she is, opening the bowling once again. Starts off with one wide outside off. Wide enough for the umpire to call it a wide.
Yeah, not the ideal start for Wahida Akhtar, but one thing, Samir, now 170 odd has been the score where teams batting first. You can see that wide has been posted as batting first. So Sri Lanka will have to top that. Sri Lanka will have to go beyond that to defend.
That's much better. Nice and straight. Bowl in line with the stumps is what the instructions will be. The one thing Pakistani opening bowlers have struggled is with control early on. Yes, there is a breeze, and with the new ball, they've really erred with their lines and lengths. Change in the keeping, of course. Muniba Ali was the one who was keeping in the first two T20s, but now Najiha Alawi, the more regular keeper, she's back in the team today. Himesha was very impressive in the first T20, played some very good shots.
Yeah, given the opportunity in this T20 format, Najia Albi was the wicket keeper for Pakistan in the ODIs, mind you. She's playing her first T20 in the series so far. So both teams going with changes, Samir. I think it's a very good opportunity for the young cricketers as well.
Bit of width, cut away, past the fielder. There is protection in the deep. Pakistan will have had many conversations around their fielding in the previous T20. It was highlighted and it was a subject that needed attention. I'm sure Wahab Riaz and team must have given them a lot to learn from. And they'll need a better effort today if they are to make an impact in this game.
Especially in T20 white ball cricket, fielding is very, very crucial, and it's very important to hold on to those catches and save those boundaries, maybe run outs. So those are very critical when it comes to white ball cricket. So back offside field, but no protection in the ropes for Chamari. Both fielders on the leg side are deep square leg and long on.
Yeah, she'll respect the good balls. That's for sure. Wahida Akhtar so far so good. Just that one wide, but otherwise she's been pretty accurate. And I think that's what you need on a track like this. You won't find too much as a fast bowler, but you've got to be disciplined, got to be patient. Keep it up there, hit the right lines, and eventually you will be rewarded. And the best chance of picking up a wicket is early on inside the power play. Shuffles across, goes behind fine. Didn't look to hit it too hard. She placed it and placed it well enough to find one more boundary, Chamari Atapattu.
Yeah, pulled off her hips there. Short on the leg side, poor delivery. If she bowls in line with the stump, she'll be respected, but anything, if there's width, look at that. Through that fine leg fielder. Yeah, brilliant. She's off to 12 now with 3 boundaries.
We say this too often, but again, someone like Chamari and on a surface like this, margins for error, minimum. Asking the question, maybe doing too much down the leg side. And that'll be the end of over number 2. 15 for none. Umehani gave away a couple of boundaries in her first over. She'll bowl a second with Imesha on strike. Sri Lanka on 15 after 2 overs, off to a decent start. Bit of flight. Pushed down towards mid-wicket. There will be some work to do for the fielder. They'll come back for a couple.
And there's a huge gap on the leg side, but there are 2 fielders on the ropes. Deep square leg and deep mid-wicket. What she did was that placement. So there was a shout in the last ball of the previous over. I think pitched in line but missing. Impact was outside the leg stump. Clear, easy decision for the umpire there. But Pakistan would love to get a breakthrough, especially in the power play.
Innovative, nicely done. There was no one at fine leg. It was Point who has to chase this down. And 2 more for Himesha. I like the options she takes. She's very smart, finds the gaps. She's happy to work hard for her runs.
Yeah, she's been playing this shot when she got that 100 also. So this is great innovative batting like you mentioned, Samir. So couple of runs for her with a heavy packed offside field. She's not afraid to go for it. She's not. She loves to take those risks.
Short and pulled away. There is protection in the deep. The leg side is where the 2 fielders are in the deep. Rajiv, you talked about that 170 playing on the mind of the Sri Lankan batters. I don't think they should be thinking too much about that. They're batting first. Put the bad balls away. Bat positively. Put up whatever you feel is the best as you bat along. They shouldn't be thinking so far ahead, right? Where are you at 5 overs, and then reassess every few overs and see where it gets you.
I think it's more important after that power play, the consolidation period, the 8 overs from 6 to after 6 overs until the 14th. That's where good delivery. That's where Sri Lanka has dominated in the run chase. So now, when they're batting first, it's a good test for the middle order or the top order.
Jamie Siddons, the head coach, must be a pleased man with Sri Lanka's performances so far. Thought about coming down the track, but Mehani pulled the length back. You're right, it's that phase after the power play where both teams, in fact Pakistan more so, have struggled in continuing the momentum of the power play. Sri Lanka's batters have been very positive, and it also was because they knew what they were chasing, so they could assess where they needed to be, how they needed to go about. But setting a total is a different challenge. Thought about a single, but a much better over this from Mehani. 5 off it. It's 20 for none after 3. Not the same kind of start they had Sri Lanka in the second T20, but still haven't lost a wicket. Being watchful, these two. To Pakistan's credit, they haven't bowled too many bad deliveries as well. Wahida Akhtar gets her second over. Nicely driven, but straight to the fielder. Imesha, I'll tell you what, the shots she plays looks brilliant.
Yeah, she's middling after that 100. Got the opportunity in the previous game, didn't conquer much, but it's another opportunity for Imesha. There you see, that was right off the middle.
This is a bit of width, and this has been driven towards extra cover, deep extra cover. Get the single, which brings Chamari to strike. Now Wahida will have to be disciplined. She bowled well in the first over to Chamari. We'll have to continue the good work.
I think Pakistan going into the plans, bowling to the field setup, what they have been targeting to restrict Sri Lanka as much as they can inside the power play.
That's in the gap. That'll fly away. You offer it to Chamari, you're asking for trouble. Too easy for someone of her quality and class. 4 more.
Yeah, there's no protection on the offside, and you can't bowl. You can't bowl that line to Chamari. It was played uppishly into that gap, but there's no protection. For a moment, I thought they were bowling into the plan, because the plan was to bowl onto the stumps for Chamari with a long on and deep square leg. That's a poor execution.
This one's been pulled away. Should be cut off. That's the field that has been set up for her. Deep square leg and long on. So she can err in length if she wants to. But the line needs to be accurate. It has to be in line with the stumps.
Yeah, I think that is what I think bowlers should realize on this surface. I would say both teams. You can't give width. You need to be in line with the stumps. Maybe the batter taking the risk. Yes, doesn't matter. But you keep the ball in line with the stumps.
Flick towards deep square. Another single. Yeah, it hasn't been a very big start, this from Sri Lanka. But they won't mind as long as they have wickets in hand. They've got batters in form to come. These two certainly capable of upping the scoring rate. We've seen fireworks from both of them. He's been busy this week, coming into the Dambulla Stadium, dancing away, celebrating Sri Lanka's success. Oh dear, too much width, but another drop catch from Pakistani fielders. This was a big opportunity to get rid of Chamari Atapattu. But she'll live to see another day. 4 overs done, 27 for none. great to see some numbers coming in. Dambulla, remember, is a tourist city. Quite a few people coming in the summer of 2026 right now. So quite a few tourists in and around the area. Good to see them interested in the cricket and coming in to watch as Sri Lanka and Pakistan take each other on in this third T20.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mahinda Riyasat into the attack. She's been very good, keeping in a very good area, especially inside the power play. Mahinda Riyasat, the left-arm orthodox spinner, bowling from the com-box end. Pakistan making the first change in their bowling lineup.
That could be an interesting shout, but may have seemed that Himesha got her foot outside the off stump.
Yeah, interesting sound, interesting appeal there. Pitched in line. Oh, that could have been very close, I'll tell you what. That's a good shout.
Once again attempting the sweep. Won't find the gap. Mahinda Riyasat. Yeah, I thought she was impressive in that previous T20. Bowled good lines. As we see spectators coming in to watch this third T20. Sri Lanka doing well, so lots of interest among the public here. And Dambulla, as you know, always turns up in their numbers. They do love their cricket here. Down the track, Himesha goes over mid-on. And it trickles away to the boundary once again.
Lovely shot. Good feet usement from Himesha. There you see, even the mascot loves it. A tossed up delivery coming down the track and lifting it over the mid-on field. A couple of bouncers, enough timing for the ball to run away on this ground. It's very, very quick outfield.
This is big. This is one bounce into the fence. Himesha seems to want to unleash now. Taking a liking to Mahinda Riyasat's bowling.
It was a quiet start from Sri Lanka, but right now they're stepping up. See, once again going for the slog sweep into that gap. One bounce for back-to-back boundary for Himesha. They're trying to step that gear. The acceleration, because there's only approximately 8 balls remaining in the power play. It was a quiet start so far, but despite the boundaries, picking up that run rate.
It's prompted a change in the field now. They did drop long on down after that first boundary, but now it seems like they're chasing the ball. Mid-wicket has been pushed back and long on comes up. Oh, not too far from the bowler. And there have been some good performances with the bat from Sri Lanka, but Himesha for me has been super impressive. Her shot making, her approach has been absolutely brilliant. This was the catch put down in the last ball of the previous over. A big chance to get rid of Chamari early, but Pakistan's woes with the fielding continue. This is up. This could be another chance, but just short of the fielder. Similar finish to this over as well, although you couldn't really call that a chance. And at the end of 5, Sri Lanka are 35 for none.
.35 for none after 5. Pakistan earlier today won the toss, elected to bowl first. A chance there in that last delivery of that previous over. How close was that? To have a conversation on the fielding lapses and chances through the series, I have been joined by Ali Yunus. Good morning, Ali.
A very good morning to you too, Neil. A pretty disappointment as far as Pakistan's fielding is concerned. One catch already down, and that too of Chamari Atapatu. Shahwal Zulfikar dropping her at third, short third. And if you keep on giving opportunities to players like Chamari, then you're way behind in the game anyways.
And gone! Foxed her, invited her to use the feet and come down the track. And Omehani strikes. She's been a star with the ball, with the field, and today strikes and draws early blood.
Yeah, undoubtedly, she has been the best player for Pakistan. You want her as a fielder, she'll deliver. You need to get wickets, she will get you wickets. Playing for turn, it didn't turn at all. Smart bowling, bowled it way outside the off stump, inviting Misha to go for big one. She'll go back, stumped by Muniba. 17 runs she scored off 17. In fact, she was stumped by Najia.
ठीक है स्वीप ठीक है coming right arm over 4 balls left मैं middle
Omehani, she has delivered. She'd want to maintain that pressure now. Once you've taken a wicket early on. Sanjana had a fantastic debut game. 46 she got out on, playing a second game.
Yeah, this is good from Omehani. Change of ends for her. Change of luck also. Got the wicket of inform Imisha Dulani. Pakistan trying different approach this time, winning the toss and bowling first. They could have done that in the previous one, knowing Sri Lanka are such a good chasers.
Swept and runs for Sanjana in the face of a boundary. She's been absolutely fluid. Yesterday the way she batted, even today she's continuing that form.
Yeah, very confident she is. For a 17-year-old coming out, facing your second delivery, you get a delivery in your zone and you go after it. Great execution of this sweep shot by Sanjana. We've been talking about it. Sri Lankan future looks really, really bright.
Well, indeed, the way these youngsters have shown up, Imesha, Sanjana, also some of those senior statesmen, Harshita, Wishmi also getting a ton in the ODI series. It just goes on to tell you that there is so much talent available in Sri Lanka, and these girls with time will just get better.
Yeah, talent and the execution of talent also. At this level, under pressure against quality opponents.
Swept again. How fine is this? Oh! My God, you could have just jogged and stopped the ball. 4 runs.
Yeah, another lapse in the field by a Pakistani fielder. Shahwal Zulfikar just dived way before she got to the ball. As you said, she could have always sprinted and could have stopped the ball. 6 overs done, 44 for 1.
Alright, so this is how the power play has been. Omehani opening the bowling attack, and runs came in from the willow of Chamaria Tapatu till this happened. Realistic chance. Imesha also showing her skills till she was stumped. Sanjana getting a couple of boundaries to finish the power play.
And the previous game, it took a while for the captain to bring in Nasha Sandhu, but she now realizes that Chamaria Tapatu is in. You got to have your best bowler in also.
Driven straight to the fielder though, Muniba Ali at covers. She's not donning the wicket-keeper's gloves today. Najia Alvi. She's made her presence felt with that stumping. Cut again to the fielder. Now this is the class of an experienced bowler. Bowling to the field, not giving extra width, not bowling it too short, making Chamari play. Now Chamari, if she has to find the gaps, she'll have to change the angles. Towards the mid-wicket. And again, straight to the fielder.
Yeah, as long as Chamari stays in, there will always be threat of scoring big by Sri Lanka. She's had a quiet start. 18 ball 19. We expect Chamari to score those big runs early on, especially in the power play. She can be really, really devastating. But hey, she's taking her time. She's understanding it may not be the surface that she's used to it. Remember, she's batted second in the previous two games. That has helped that stroke making for Chamaria Tapatu. This is a new thing for her to be batting first in this series, setting a target. That will be interesting for both Sri Lanka and Pakistan also. This is the same surface that was used in the first game. There's a bit of grass on it, but that is just to hold that surface together. It's nice and firm, but just that we had a little shower yesterday, so that probably is the reason that there is a little bit of moisture underneath. That's why you see that approach, very cautious approach by Chamaria Tapatu. She's just waiting for the time, the surface to dry up a little.
Well, indeed. It's important to play according to the surface. A single to end the over. Meanwhile, 7 gone. It's 48 for 1. Seven overs gone, 48 for 1. One can very comfortably say a very watchful start for Sri Lanka. Yes, they've gone for those boundaries. Some of them have been extremely cheeky, but not the flamboyant start that we've seen of them. Omehani bowling her 4th on the trot. 3 overs, 23 for 1. Could have been a lot less expensive if there was some support with the field, but not to be so. Use of feet, aerially played. Is there a chance? No, Omehani ran herself, and if there was anyone in the field who would have taken that catch, it would have been Omehani herself.
Yeah, now you understand why the captain is bowling her the 4th over, because she knows that there are two left-handers, especially Chamaria Tapatu, if she can get her wicket. But this time it was Sanjana Kawindi just going for a big one. That intent from the youngster against Pakistan's best bowler, that shows you that she's got some talent. It's not 100%. It seems like she's got that taping on her wrist also. Omehani, physio running in to do a bit of repair work.
And the tapes come off. Magic spray literally can heal anything and everything these days. Such a wonderful time to be an athlete. from medical science point of view. Your injuries can be understood much earlier, treatment given to help you heal quicker. All these tapes that we see these days, they support your muscles in such a way that prevents further injury while you're still playing, even if there's a little bit of a niggle.
Yeah, I always wonder, Neil, if the cricketers from previous eras had these many injuries that cricketers nowadays have. The cricketers, because they play so much cricket, they play all three formats, there's not much rest in between. So yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, you're bound to have more injuries, and the medical science has evolved definitely.
Well, yeah, the volume of cricket definitely has increased, and we are not complaining.
Definitely. Why would we?
A single for Chamari.
Chamari knows it. She absolutely knows it that Captain Muniba is bowling Hani's fourth over for a reason. She wants to get her wicket. So there is no need to be ultra aggressive. She can always catch up with her strike rate. In fact, she can go way beyond that. 50 for Pakistan in 7.2. For Sri Lanka, I beg your pardon.
They're dealing in singles. And now this is exactly what a senior partner does to a young one. Goes on to tell her that, listen, don't try and be overtly aggressive. See her through. And I reckon Chamari has been communicating that to Sanjana. She's got a plan, and the fielder was placed exactly for that moment. How far was that ball? One would want to wonder. But another opportunity, even if it's half a chance for Chamari, everything you need to try and reach out to.
Yeah, that's Waheed Akhtar, the fast bowler. And you correctly mentioned, even if it's half a chance, you got to take those against Chamari Atabadu. Yeah, she reacted very late. Had she reacted on time, she would have got into that. But yes, you got to take those chances, any chance that comes your way. If it's Chamari Atabatu's 4 runs signalled.
You got a boundary in the over. Now you can just push and nudge and finish the over. One more delivery to go.
He's happy, and why not? His team has done wonderfully well throughout the series, not just this series, but the one-day internationals also.
Edge! Beautiful delivery there by Omehani. She finishes a beautiful spell of 4 overs, 30 runs conceded, and 1 wicket that potentially should have been 2 or 3. 8 gone, 55 for 1. After being invited to bat first, Sri Lanka did lose an early wicket in the face of Himesha. Beautiful stumping by Najia on a very foxy delivery by Omehani. Chamari and Sanjana now trying to consolidate. 55 for 1 after 8.
And now for the first time in this series, we're going to see a leg spinner from Pakistan, Toba Hassan. She can turn the ball. She's got a bit of experience also. Still remember her taking, her best bowling is 3 for 8, but she took a 5-er against Sri Lanka in Pakistan, but that was ODI format. Still remember that bowling effort from her. Economy also very impressive, 6.39. So she's got a job, in fact couple of jobs, Neil. A, to break the partnership, and not to let this partnership grow and give some runs, easy runs.
She needs some good support from the field as well. Because What's been a classic trait in this Pakistan young setup is creation of opportunities through fielding, or rather the lack of it. Good looking shot there. Omehani. Now if you play towards her, you're not getting nothing more than a single.
Yeah, even when she plays it towards long off Chamari, she hits it so hard. It just makes her feel that it's going to go for a boundary, because the way she hits it, the only thing that stops it, if she's hit it straight to the field up, few meters here or there, it goes for a boundary.
Use of feet, but unable to pierce the field. Tuba has been impressive so far.
Yeah, she will be. On a pitch that has a little bit of turns, some assistance for her, with a bit of experience behind her, and bowling to two left-handers.
Tossed up, and again a little fumble in the field enables Sri Lanka to quickly cross over for a single.
It's been tough. It's been really tough for the Pakistan fielders. I wonder why. The conditions are beautiful. It's not that hot even. It's windy. There's a chill in the air. But Pakistan fielders have found it really tough. And now another one down.
Yeah, the physio has been kept busy. Wonder how bad is that impact that came in from the drive. You did mention that Chamari generally strikes hard. So if you're trying to get behind the line of the ball, and if it doesn't really get into your palm, hits your fingers, you will take a beating. At that drive, expansive. Oh, the taping went flying off a finger.
Yeah, it's the fast bowler fielding at covers, Zaida Akhtar. Yeah, she strikes it so hard. You see, fielding, it's all about having a big heart in the field. You want to do it. You want to be involved. If you're half-hearted as a fielder, in the case here, she's going off. It was hit so hard, and Pakistan will probably be one bowler short if she doesn't come back.
Yeah, that's not good news. As long as the physio is able to take care of her, they'll assess the amount of damage on that hand, and then probably see if Vaida can come in maybe at a couple of overs later. Meanwhile, Tuba, 4 singles so far. Aerially played. Is there an opportunity there? No, lands right between the three fielders, converging. Sanjana hasn't been able to time these shots perfectly. She's been using her feet. She's trying to swing the bat hard, but to no effect. And I think Chamari has been giving us some tips. Calm down, Sanjana, calm down.
Yeah, it's mainly because Pakistan are giving no pace to her. They're bowling it slow. This one was a quicker one. It's been pulled, but straight to the fielder. 6 singles off Tuba's first over. 9 overs done, 61 for 1. Sri Lanka.
"61 runs on board. Not the best start from a runs perspective for Sri Lanka. They've generally been in the 90s by this juncture. Momina Riyasat, meanwhile, will come from the far end. Runs. They're dealing in singles so far, Sri Lanka. And you're right. You did mention that Pakistan has taken the pace off completely, which means the Sri Lankan batters will have to try and hit them hard, will try and have to not just get the connection right, but with some amount of power.
And also some assistance from the surface also. We've seen a few deliveries grip. That's one way of dealing with that slow delivery. You just shuffle across and just flat bat it towards square leg. I wonder if Sri Lanka are able to get to 150 or 160, somewhere in between. How would Pakistan deal with the surface? As the pace you were talking about, again, she had a lot of time to shuffle across and play it towards square leg.
Coming across the line.
It would be different when Chamari faces, because she likes to hit it hard. We were talking about it. So that's probably the reason they're bowling slow, and Chamari hasn't got it right. I mean, she's still going better than run a ball, but for her standards, we're used to of scoring more quick runs from her. She's hitting them hard, but still not her absolute best.
Again, use of feet. Sanjana is really good in using her feet against the spinners. Coming down the track, and she reaches the length in time, which means she's spotting the ball really well. She's seeing how the ball has been coming out of the hand of the bowler, reading it really well. And I reckon it will have to be Sanjana to take the chance to try and go aggressive, while Chamari plays the sheet anchor's role.
Yeah, for how long? That's the question. Because last 11 deliveries, there have been 11 singles from this pair. 66 for 1. But because they're bowling slow and there's turn available, so there's a certain cautious approach when they're even using the feet. They're playing it towards the long on, long off area. Again, going down, way down. 10 overs done. 66 for 1, Sri Lanka.
It's been a decent effort from Pakistan so far. They've restricted Sri Lanka to just 66 runs in the first half of this innings. Mahinda with the wicket, early wicket of Nimesha. But after that, the bowlers have looked to be disciplined and bowled good lines. Nashra Sandhu, just 4 runs in her first over. She'll be key in this second half of the innings with Momina having 2 overs left and Thuba having 3 overs left. While the players have taken a quick drink, now Sri Lanka on 66 for 1. Chamari still out there going at almost a runner ball. Not her usual way of playing, but she'll know that it's time for her to pick things up as Sri Lanka look to set a total that will be competitive. Tuba Hassan playing the game today for Pakistan. 6 runs in her first over, bit of wrist spin from her. Chamari goes to the back foot, down to square leg for a single. Rajiva, they have to step things up now.
Yeah, I think one will have to go for it for Sri Lanka. One of these two batters. Because if they manage to get 9-10 runs, still they will end up 150, 160. Is that going to be enough? That's the question mark.
Looking to make room there, Sanjana Kawindi. She's looked to play her shots, hasn't been too successful. There were a couple of deliveries that went up in the air. Lucky for her, they didn't really go to the fielder, but it seems she's been given that role of being the aggressor.
Yeah, indeed. Because I think Sri Lanka will like Chamari being out there until the 20th over. With her experience coming into the game, this is an opportunity for her to bat longer. She's been striking well in the previous T20s, got off in the power play. She got the starts but couldn't continue.
This time Sanjana Kawindi down the track and once again just short of the fielder. She's trying very hard to really take the game to the bowler, find boundaries, but just not connecting well enough.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's a miscued shot. She's definitely trying for it. Maybe she's been given the green lights to go after the bowling, with Chamari trying to consolidate.
Short again from Tuba. Chamari unable to get that in the gap. There is protection in the deep. Just another single. So far so good from Tuba. Going at a runner ball. There's 2 left-handers out there. Wrist spinner bowling into the left-handers. Looking to make a quick adjustment. She looked to go make room for herself, but immediately got in line with the ball and pushed it down to long on for another single. So 6 more from that over, 11 done. It's 72 for 1. $72 for 1. 9 overs to go in this inning. Sanjana and Chamari, the 2 left-handers, putting together a partnership here after the loss of Imesha. Momina Riyasat, left arm spin to continue. Down the track again from Sanjana, and this time, eventually, she'll find a fielder. She was trying and trying, just wasn't connecting, and here too, didn't make a good enough connection and found the fielder.
This is good stuff from Pakistan. Building pressure, bowling in right areas. Was opted to go for it. She had to go for it. Easy catch for Tuba Hassan there. And Sanjana Kawindi will have to walk back slowly. She got 20 off 18. Sri Lanka losing the second wicket on 72.
It's a left-hander being replaced by a left-hander. Harshita Samaravikrama, another girl in form for Sri Lanka. She's been among the runs. A lovely 100 in the ODIs, and in the previous T20, she made a 30 to see Sri Lanka through in that chase. And here she is joining her captain, Chamari Atapattu. Two left-handers again. Momina providing the breakthrough. Pakistan have bowled much better lines today and have reaped the rewards so far.
Yeah, indeed, they have bowled very good lines. See that pressure shot coming in from Sanjana Kavindi. It was a tossed up delivery coming down the track, hitting the bottom of it, and easy as you like for Truba.
Taking no time, Harshita, to use her feet against the spinners. She does that extremely well, did that well in the ODIs and in the T20s, and she continues to use that as a ploy to bat against the spinners.
It's a good test, I would say, for Sri Lanka with this situation coming in, how they will end up. Because they've been chasing throughout and winning games for Sri Lanka. Now posting a score.
This is huge. And it's straight to the fielder. Chamari, a very similar dismissal for her from the second T20I. Going for the sweep and finding the square leg fielder. Big wicket for Pakistan.
That's what the pressure they have caused the bowlers, especially Momina, picking up a second wicket in third over. Yeah, Chamari got out in the previous game also in a similar fashion, but here hitting the bottom of it. Another very good catch at deep square leg. She's delighted. She's very happy. Momina Riyasat picking up a second wicket in the over. Chamari walks back slowly. She goes for 34. Sri Lanka losing the third wicket on 73.
Righty.
Couple of quick wickets here for Pakistan. Kavisha Dilhari comes out to bat to join Harshita. These two have been finishing games for Sri Lanka, but a different challenge here for them now. It's about setting up a competitive total, a good total on what has been a good track to chase things down. But what an inspiring spell this from Momina Riyasat. A couple of wickets, getting rid of two set batters. And now she gets to bowl to a new batter and an opportunity for Pakistan to squeeze even further. Immediately using her feet, looking to get off the mark, but a brilliant bit of fielding. Now that's what they need, Pakistan.
Yeah, that's the energy.
Once again.
That's the energy. A catch and some good fielding can cause those things. This is Chamari getting out at deep square leg once again for the second time in this series. And there you see Momina Riyasat getting that grip. Confidence is building on her. 2 wickets in her third over, 12 done, 73 for 3.
Starts for the top order for Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, none of them going on to get a big score. Now it's about rebuilding. Unfortunately, they don't have too much time left in this innings. Just 8 overs as Harshita and Kavisha look to continue getting runs, but also trying to pick up the pace. Because we've watched in the first two T20s, batting first 170 wasn't enough. How much can Sri Lanka put up here? Currently going at almost run a ball.
It's going to be a huge task for these two batters to reset and then accelerate also. Because 8 overs, even if they get 10 runs and over, they will end up at 150. Is that going to be enough?
Harshita brings out the sweep immediately against Tuba. Bit of work in the field. Pakistan have been much better today. Lots of questions about their fielding in the second T20, but this seems to be a marked improvement today.
They've done very good today. Despite those lapses in the previous game, they've held on to those catches. That is more important. Not giving an opportunity to the batters once again. because those drop catchers really affected them in that run chase of Sri Lanka to defend the score.
For the first time during Sri Lanka's batting innings, Pakistan's bowlers seem to be doing well in these middle overs. Yes, in the power play, Sri Lanka have always been good. But in these middle overs is where they found runs quite easily. But today, the spinners have been asking the right questions, making it challenging for the batters to get runs. Oh, brilliant delivery. What a good delivery. With a turn for Tuba.
Yeah, really surprising that for Kavisha Dilhari. Look at that, pitched in line on the leg stump. Yes, the height factor. But good shout. Very good delivery from Tuba.
Kavisha, the batter, would have seen that. One way to counter that turn is to play a sweep shot. Again, good bit of fielding in the deep. They'll come back for the two. Kavisha will be looking at that and saying, right, maybe we don't need a 170 here. There's a bit of grip, there's a bit of turn. And maybe 150 might just be enough.
I agree with you. There's a lot of turn. But with the day goes by, it gets better to bat. That's another test for the spinners of Sri Lanka. Whatever they score that the batters make, you'll have to defend. But pushed it nicely. Couple of runs once again. Yeah, this is good running. It was a short delivery, fraction short, but ample time. It's getting a little slower on this surface, I would say. Yes, in the morning hours, it's good for batting, good for bowling. There you see, running the first one very quickly.
Yeah, I think this is what they'll have to do. Won't be easy to find boundaries with ease. And if that's not an option, then you run and run hard. Short again, but can't capitalize.
Well, she'd been keeping in the previous first two T20s, but now the skipper is at long on. Some visuals that the Hambantota lake out here next to our ground. That's where the breeze comes in. The comfort zone for the players out in the middle. Some lovely pictures from the drone.
Not in complete control of that shot, but lucky enough that it was away from the fielder. Kavisha picks up a single to end the over. 6 off it once again. 13 done, 79 for 3. Well, we've talked about Pakistan's fielding improving from the previous game, and here's some of that. They've been throwing themselves around, taking the catches and ensuring that they're not blamed. The skipper herself, obviously, Munibali, not keeping today, so setting the standard out in the field.
Bowling change for Pakistan. Aisha Zafar into the attack. Yes, like you mentioned, I think what they have done is today, because to uplift the game, they've had the correct fielders in the correct positions. Aisha Zafar, more of a part-timer, but she bowls it off spin. 9 wickets so far. High on the economy. They've been using her quite a few in the previous T20s as well.
She's a useful option for Muniba to utilize. And because spin has worked well today, she'll toss the ball up to her and get a couple of overs through her as well. Starts off with a short one, but nice and straight. Couldn't hold on to it. Najiha, just wait for the umpire signal. Yes, it is buys, it seems. Didn't get any bat onto it.
And now, Sri Lanka will really have to shift their gears. Yeah, short delivery. Kept a little low. Oh, there was some bounce in it. And missed the keeper as well.
And this is why I say that these two, especially Kavisha, because she's a spinner herself, she'll be looking at this and saying, well, there is some assistance for our spinners, so maybe we should reassess what we really need to get here. Don't look to go too hard and end up falling a little too short. Too short from Aisha. She'll pull this down towards deep square leg. Thinking about a second, there was some hesitation. Oh, she made the call early, Kavisha. Otherwise, it would have been a disaster.
I think the throw came in the wrong end. Kavisha would have been in trouble if that return throw came into the keepers. Yeah, look at that shot and how slow that surface. She had to drag it from the offside. And there you see, the wrong end. But all in all, no harm done for Sri Lanka yet.
Yeah, a little bit of misunderstanding, but no damage caused. Oh, look at that turn. Ayesha Zafar, a part-time spinner, deriving that kind of turn. Well, that's a story to tell.
Yeah, she may be part-time bowler, but look at that. Sharp turn and bounce.
Ooh.
Whoa. Yes, like you mentioned, that will interest the spinners of Sri Lanka as well. But Samir, they need runs on board. Oh, lovely. Runs on board, they say. Cut away nicely through that gap. Gets her first boundary, Kavisha.
Yeah, they've got to capitalize on the loose deliveries. This one was short and wide. She has been bowling short, but this one had enough width on it. Didn't turn as much. And Kavisha's a busy cricketer. She finds those angles. She's fine. She finds those gaps. This time it's between point and third. Much needed boundary, but they need more of these.
Yeah, definitely they need a boundary every over from now onwards.
Down the track this time. Knew that Ayesha will look to be full. Once again, fielding. Much better from Pakistan.
Just 7 runs so far. Well, they need to go at least 10 plus from now, because the acceleration coming in after this over, this delivery, the last 6 overs will be very crucial for Sri Lanka.
Oh, that's another one. Harshita Samaravikrama also looking for a boundary, can only go as far as the cover fielder. Another catch taken, another wicket down for Sri Lanka. Pakistani spinners have been brilliant today.
Yeah, great stuff from Pakistan. Look at this. Pitched outside the off stump, trying to go inside out. Miscued shot. Easy one for Shawal. That extra cover. Ayesha Zafar picks up her first wicket in the first over. Harshita Samaravikrama departs for 3. Sri Lanka losing the 4th wicket on 86.
Yeah. My favorite batter is gone now. Trouble for Sri Lanka, who lost 4 wickets now for just 86. 6 overs to go in this innings. They're looking to set a total, and at this rate, it seems 150 also looks a distance now. Hasini Pereira is the new batter in. Another left-hander. Hasn't been batting too much in the last couple of games because batters above her have finished games off. But here's an opportunity for her to try and not just get runs, but get them at a brisk pace.
Shatoba will bowl her last over, but not the wickets column. She has been outstanding. She is very good.
Yeah, good lines. She's kept it very tight as we watch another Pakistani fielder throw herself around. Can't prevent the single, but again, good effort.
Yeah, that's the momentum. But take a look at this. The 4th wicket, Harshita trying to go inside out. Miscued shot. Easy dolly for Shawal. Had extra cover. So Sri Lanka, after that start, losing wickets in regular intervals. Samir, the partnerships are not coming in.
Well, they've come to see Sri Lanka do well, these girls. And a few more people than there were in the first 2 T20s. I'll be hoping for a fight here from both teams. A close game is what we all want. Right, Hasini on strike now for the first time. Oh, beaten for the turn. 2 bites, extracting some serious turn and bounce from this track.
Like I mentioned, Samir, she has not picked up wickets, but she has bowled very good areas. Spun the ball sharply. But bowling in line with the stumps really did well today. Toba coming into this game.
Oh, this could be another chance. It is another chance. The top edge, and Hasini departs without troubling the scorers. Half the side lost for Sri Lanka now.
Yeah, lovely. She needed to fill that column. The wickets won. Toba bowled very well today. And a miscued shot, the top edge. And Hasini will have to walk back for a duck. Sri Lanka losing the 5th wicket on 87.
Trying to keep his spirits high, the Lion, still moving about, but he knows inside of him that Sri Lanka are in a very difficult position right now. As another new batter walks out. It's Kaushini Nutyangana, the wicket keeper, who's been brought into this game.
Samir, one thing, both teams scoring runs on the sweep shot throughout this series, but sweep shot has been troubleshoot for the batters. There has been a lot of miscued shots, ball going up in the air, because it's the surface. It's the surface that grips and bounds and turns.
Yeah, you're right. The sweep shot sometimes can be your biggest release and also your biggest weakness, depending on how the surface is. You're right, there's bounce today, so it's found the top edge more often. Watchfully hit towards the leg side, a single to end what has been a brilliant spell from Tuba Hassan. 20 runs and just 1 wicket, but superb contribution from her in this game. 15 done, Sri Lanka are 88 for 5.
Right, not a very happy looking scorecard there for Sri Lanka. They started off well. Himesha 17, Chamari 34, Sanjana 20. They all got starts, but couldn't really convert from there on. Credit where due, Pakistan has bowled really well and taken catches even better. 88 for 5 and 15.1. Last 5 overs. Nasha Sandhu will come into bowl. Again, aerially played. But this time, Kaushini will be a little lucky. Will go anywhere. A single added to the total.
Yeah, Pakistan has done really well. Yeah, as you said, they bowl well. And the planning also, I believe captaincy has been spot on. We've got some spectators here watching these quality sides up against each other's. So the planning has been brilliant from the management. The plan that they've given to the captain. See, they're bowling at in one area towards the offside and they got that area covered. I think that has been the reason they've asked the batters to do something different. The standing captain Munib Ali, not the wicketkeeper today. She's done well today, you can say.
You reckon she's been able to manage the field, the maneuver the field better while being in the field and not as the wicket keeper?
She's done well. I think the surface also suited Pakistan's bowling. And they've come out and bowled according to the surface. They've been bowling slow. They've been getting that turn with a little bit of extra bounce. That's why I was thinking that they got to restrict Sri Lanka under 120 from here on, because if they get past 120, 125, Pakistan are a very young batting side. So expect anything to happen if they get to 125.
Well, the confidence that they've garnered with the bowling and the fielding, I'm sure they would want to utilize that. Cricket is a game of momentum. So if you go into the second innings with that momentum, definitely will help. And Muniba right up at the top has been phenomenal with the bat.
Catch it!
Use of feet, shouts of catch it, fielding circle, and takes it. One more catch taken. What a day it's been for Pakistani fielders.
Yeah, they've been good. They've been really good. Tuba Hassan this time at long on, making no mistake. See again, very slow, asking the batter to come down the track, use your feet, but that slowness in the pace, they're not getting that elevation that is required. Another one bites the dust. Another catch taken by Pakistan. Kavisha Dilhari scoring 12 of 15, 91 for 6 are Sri Lanka now.
Oh, look at that combined flag there. Just tells you the series that's going on. Well done there.
Brilliant, I would say. Support for both sides. As we see, Kavya Kawindi, 24 runs, highest of 17. That's why I've just loved being here in Sri Lanka. It's been, what, 2 weeks now almost, Neil? People have been very loving. More runs. Wherever we go, I mean, just love the way they've welcomed us. Before that, before coming here, we were in Hambantota. Loved it there. Even here in Dambulla. Everyone, they've got a smile on their face.
Well, indeed, the hospitality is phenomenal and the nature of every single individual. Very welcoming, very loving. Beautiful country this, Sri Lanka. Almost makes us feel home away from home.
Absolutely. Just loved it. And the weather on top of it. It's been very cloudy since morning. Since yesterday, it's been brilliant. We had a walk around the town yesterday. Went around a few shops for shopping. It was good.
I reckon you also went for some village safari. How was that?
Yeah, it was amazing also. Going to the village safari. Just finding the traditions of Sri Lanka. How they make food. They showed us their own local dishes. Everything had coconut in it, and it's just so delicious that I cannot tell you.
We were served with some king coconut yesterday. Absolute sweet nectar. Very good coconut water.
Yeah.
And then the fresh coconut inside was peeled off and served within that coconut shell itself. So amazing. Oh, chance there. Nashra Sandhu created that opportunity. Direct hit, and definitely that would have been one more added to the wicket column.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been made things very interesting If there was a direct hit, it was hit with some force. You see, the plan seems to be now just play out the overs, don't get bowled out in searching for those big runs. Maybe a change of plan from Sri Lanka. Try to get to 125 30, 17 gone, 95 for 6.
The mascot there, he's happy, he's elated, always is, irrespective of how his team is performing. Brings in joy to everyone who's around him. I can tell you he probably has more pictures of his in everyone else's phones. Nashra Sandhu. Big shout of LBW. The batter was deep in a crease. And Vrinda Radhi with that big smile saying, come on, how can you ask for it?
Yeah, it seemed like it pitched outside the leg stump. From there it turned. Let's have a look. Yeah, touch outside the leg stump. Was it bat involved? Tell. This is good stuff. This is brilliant from Pakistan. For once in this series, they're executing their plans brilliantly. The bowlers are bowling to the field. The fielders are supporting. They're responding. They're catching everything. So great work in this last game of this tour.
It looks like Pakistan did save their best for the last. If this kind of fielding was put on display in the previous couple of games, maybe there would have been a different result.
Absolutely. I cannot agree with you more. It's been the fielding that has really let them down. If you talk about batting, they've scored runs literally in every inning that they've played. Sweep shot is not on somehow on the surface, and Pakistan bowlers are not giving any pace to the batters to play around it.
And Nashra Sandhu with that armour, ball going down leg. This time wide, outside off. Just a single, keeping the Sri Lankan pair absolutely quiet. Look at those numbers there. Oh, we're talking about pictures. There you go. He's more of a celebrity here, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got people around. And that's what you call a real fan, is support, regardless of the performance. He's always behind the team. They're just relying on the singles at the moment. They've not had those boundary deliveries that they're used to of in this series. 18 gone, 98 for 6. 12 deliveries. 20.
All right, so the bowling card there for Pakistan. Momina, 2 wickets, just 18 runs, that economy of 4.5. Nashra Sandhu, 10 runs in her 3 overs. Now this is some of those numbers that they would be very, very pleased with.
Yeah, to me, the pick of the bowler again has been Momina Riyasat. 2 for 18. She picked up those 2 important wickets in 1 over.
Mahinda Akhtar using her feet. She'd already injured her fingers, and now she's risking her foot.
Yeah, Pakistan are at a position that they got to stop every run. However, they can. It was hit hard. She did well.
She definitely did. I'm sure that she has a very good insurance.
98 for 6, 18.1. They're looking for those gaps. They haven't found any gap because Pakistan have got a very good plan today.
Ooh, beautiful. Came in. Just staying deep in a crease. It's always dangerous with an incoming delivery.
Yeah, also against somebody like Mahinda, generally the ball keeps low because of her action. There's a sling in her action. Her figure is also very impressive. Just 14 runs that she's given.
Oh, she's gone aerial. But to land safe. These are release shots. They're trying to express themselves. They're trying to break away from the shackles. But they'll bring up 100 for Sri Lanka, that single. Something has to give in now.
And they don't have any other option just to go after. There's remaining 9 deliveries that they have to face. If they can get 100 to 120 runs, that will just boost their confidence. Looking for the second. There's an opportunity at the striker's end now. She makes it back safely. This is good from these two. If they're not getting the boundaries, put the pressure on the fielders and convert those ones into twos. That's one way of getting those runs.
Well, indeed. You have to try and do something. This is a penultimate over. You need to either look for boundaries or steal those runs. Or trying to be cheeky now. This is one way of doing it. Definitely more than a couple of runs on offer. Good piece of fielding at the boundary line. I wonder who has been inspiring them. Chance of a run out? No, comfortably home.
This is excellent. It was Iman Fatma there, out of all. We generally don't see that happening. But once the team is in good spirit, they're doing well, everyone's supporting each other. You don't want to let your team down, so everybody putting in some extra yard. This was an excellent effort. It's just about the timing. Diving at the right time. She's done superb. Stopping certainly 1 run for the team.
Oh, absolutely. More than just that 1 run saved, she also picks up a lot of momentum, energies, brings in the right intent for every other player who's standing and watching her do this. And this time, should this just be a single? Yes, it will be. Just a single to end the over. 19 gone, 106 for 6. Nashra Sandhu with the last over. Again dropping just a wee bit short. I personally feel they should bring in the boundary riders maybe a couple of yards inside. You see, both of these batters haven't really been able to show that they have the power to clear the field. And plus, the bowler is also bowling slower through the air.
This is in the gap. Another couple for sure, if not more. Aisha Zafar, no, they'll settle for 2. Yeah, this is what happens once you're a few yards in, and then you have to run back. Then you give a little bit of extra time, an extra effort, then these things can happen.
Well, yeah. The pros and cons of an aggressive field set.
I guess they've heard you, Neil. All the fielders on the onside, that mid-wicket fielder, deep square leg fielder, both have come a few yards in because they know that it's not easy to get those big hits towards the onside. And these two are, this is what they're looking to do. They're just nudging and picking those 1s and 2s.
Oh, beautiful delivery there. Came in, wanted to go for that slog sweep.
Excellent delivery. It pitched, premeditated from the batter, just looking for that swing.
Straight. Oh, well done. These girls, they're putting their body behind the ball onto the line every single time. I must say, I want to take back every single word that I've put out about their fielding. Omehani on that occasion.
Yeah, this is a different Pakistan team that we have seen in the previous 5 games now, 3 one-days and 2 T20Is. This is the best performance they have showed us as far as fielding is concerned.
All right, trying to go big on that last delivery as well. Just a single to end it all. Nashra Sandhu finishes her spell and the innings with just 1 wicket to her. But 20 overs gone. Sri Lanka 113 for 6. She would be a happy captain.
Definitely, she would be a happier captain going into this break. She's done really well. The plan has worked. The bowlers have supported. The fielders have also supported the bowling. I think that one change that they made in the playing 11, bringing in Tuba Hassan, an extra spinner as per the conditions. The surface suited the bowlers, and the bowlers bowled it slow, bowled it wide, bowled it according to the field. They must be very proud of this effort, especially in the field also. They've given nothing away. They've been brilliant in the ground fielding, just 1 drop chance. Otherwise, they've taken every chance that has been given to them.
Well, yeah, in fact, the body language of this unit also tells you the story, that they're happy with what they've done. They look like they are confident of chasing it down. And many a times this momentum helps you when you come back in the second innings.
It always does. It's all about momentum. That's how the scorecard looks like. As you said earlier, they got few batters got the start, especially Shamari Adapatu, Sanjana. Kavish also got 12 runs, 17 for Himesha, but they could not quite really convert it into a bigger one. Ideally, they wanted one of them to go and get a big score, but Pakistan bowlers made a comeback, got those wickets on regular occasions, and that partnership in the end. Koishini scoring 12 and Kavya scoring 10 of 12, just giving them a little bit of momentum.
As far as the bowling card is concerned, literally everyone came to the party. Hani started splendidly. Yes, her economies tell you a different story, but what she delivered at the top was phenomenal. Wahida, Momina, Nashra, all of them coming in and celebrating every single moment with wickets, and Tuba was definitely a surprise package for me. I loved what she delivered today. 5 extras in all and 20 overs, conceding 113, picking 6 wickets. So this is how it all started. Chamaria Tapatu facing Omehani in a surprise start from this captain. Runs were coming in, and this chance where we felt that Pakistan would continue with that poor fielding that we've seen through the series. Omehani picking up Himesha, and then Chamaria Tapatu continued with young Sanjana. They were still trying hard. They were still using their feet, trying to unlock those big shots, but unfortunately for them, nothing came through. And then Chamaria Tapatu, after a patient knock, fell to the off break.
Something that Pakistani bowlers have done really well. They've picked up wickets on regular occasions. They've not let that partnership build after Chamaria Tapatu went. Yes, there were a few chances given. They were taken in the boundary line, and Pakistan would be a happier side going into the break, as they need to chase 114 runs off 20 overs at 5 runs per over. That's coming your way right after the break. Yes, we're back with the run chase at Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. This is Rhino presents Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's Series powered by Honor. This is third T20I, and Pakistan have done really well in restricting Sri Lankans to just 113 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Very disciplined bowling, just 5 extras. Few batters getting the start, Shamari, Sanjana and Amisha, but really could not convert it into a big score. Only is managing to get to 113 for the loss of 6 wickets. Samir Yunus alongside me. Pakistan have been very disciplined as far as bowling is concerned.
There was a different challenge for Sri Lanka to set a total, and they haven't come up to terms with some brilliant bowling from the Pakistani spinners. They really control things and bowled very good lines on a surface that has assisted them with turn and bounce. But Sri Lanka spinners will be saying if they could do it, we can do it too. Good challenge at hand.
Yeah, a lot will depend on how this opening pair for Pakistan go about, because they've been brilliant in this T20 series, both Muniba Ali and Shawal Zulfikar. Muniba lots of experience, 97 game, 1,799 runs, strike rate of 100, highest of 102, and her partner is very talented, Shawal Zulfikar. She's been among some runs, 244 runs, impressive strike rate of 104.
Well, Chamari, as she always does, has taken matters into her own hands to start things off. Bowls a full quota in the 20-over format. Often provides breakthroughs when the team needs it the most. So she's decided to open the bowling. She'll obviously be very smart in the way she operates as we watch and wait for the umpire to call play.
Right, the first delivery of the run chase. She's on target as she usually is. Pakistan also operated and started off with an off spinner. Sri Lanka doing the same.
Yeah, both camps must have seen the track and decided, right, there's going to be some turn, there's going to be some grip. Let's not waste time bringing the spinners on.
And that's, I think, the wise thing to do, because they don't have many runs to play around. So they got to give themselves the most chance to win this one by operating with their best spinners in.
Also because the fast bowlers haven't done too well the first 2 games, so not really trusting the pacers.
That's up and over. Excellent start. Pitched up. She's driven it beautifully for 4. She's off to a good start, Muniba, the captain.
She's been in good touch. Let's keep her. Yeah, a little dance to celebrate that. Why not? Yeah, 2 full, 2 straight, and Muniba is a very good batter. She presents the full face of the bat when it's there to be hit. She'll go for it. Nicely over the infield and onto the fence.
Yeah, nice and steady. The thing that goes in Pakistan's favour is that they're not chasing a huge target. Just 114 runs, so they can take a little bit of the time. Just get your eye in, get your feet moving. It will be very important. We've been talking about this importance of this opening partnership. Comes down the track, smacks it, but straight to the fielder.
Sri Lanka have made one change in the spin department. Nimasha comes back in for Sugandhika Kumari. Like for like replacement in terms of the bowling style, left arm off spin, but Nimasha obviously inexperienced. Little bit of width cut away, nicely cut off by the fielder. So just the boundary in the first over. Pakistan 4 for none.
And heritage in this city. You've been around yesterday. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, we went on a drive on a break day. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we watch Malki Madara. Interesting this. Some medium pace Chamari going with. Thought it would be spin from the 2 ends, but she seems to be trusting Malki. She's obviously coming back into the side in place of Rashmika. Shawal has been in good touch as well. She's gotten the starts, but just haven't been able to get a big one. Today's a good opportunity. She can take her time because they're not chasing a big total here.
Yeah, interesting field setting. Everyone inside the circle on offside. She's got a deep square leg and deep mid-wicket in place, so except the ball to be coming into the right-hander. We've seen Shawal play some excellent cover drive, so they know that. That is where the field is set.
And she'll have to be very accurate here. Can't be offering too much. Width has to be in line with the stumps. Protection in the deep on the leg side.
Apesh, but in the gap. She's lucky enough to find the gap and find the boundary too. Just like Muniba, she's off to a start with a boundary.
Yeah, they'll smile now. And I thought she may have deliberately gone aerial here, Shawal. Just opening the face of the bat, going in that gap between third and point. Picks up an early boundary. Just the second ball she's faced, and that should make her feel good. She's been in good nick, Shawal. The team would have encouraged her to go on and bat through the 20 overs. Finish the game off.
Some extra bounce. Some extra bounce. Got to be very careful. We've seen some extra bounce on the surface. And they should understand the importance of this partnership.
Yeah, I don't mind that length from Malki, but she has to be careful. She's flirting with danger, offering so much width. Offside field, completely inside the circle. So anything up and over will run away to the boundary. She has to be a bit more closer to the batter and closer to the stumps.
Yeah, the footwork again. Off the back foot punch just for one. Yeah, this is where it will be so important, that footwork.
Yeah, they will look to use their feet, Pakistani batters. It doesn't seem to be coming on all that well. Another good bit of fielding effort. The fielding's really picked up, especially from Pakistan. Gone back, done some soul searching after that second T20. There must have been a lot of conversation about their fielding effort, and they've really turned things around today.
Yeah, that's what good teams do, Samir. They come back. They understand, they realize where they went wrong. And Pakistan surely have done really well in this game, catching everything that came their way. Ground fielding was very impressive. And I believe the selection of the team was the most impressive part. Bringing in another spinner according to the conditions and the surface. They brought in Tuba Hassan in place of Tasmia Rabab, which was excellent move, and it paid off. Runs, important runs coming inside the circle, using her wrist. Shawal Zulfikar.
Yeah, straightening a little too much. And she only had to get a little bit of bat onto it. The pace of the bowler will take that away to the boundary. Make it 2 boundaries in the over. A good one for Pakistan. So the idea of starting with pace doesn't work so well for Sri Lanka. 14 for none after 2. Well, it seems Chamari will bowl just 1 over. And immediately bringing on the left arm spinner. Muniba will not take any time in putting her away. It was nice and full. She's flicked it past mid-on for a boundary.
Yeah, it will be a test for Sri Lankan bowlers. Which pace they ball at, which length they ball at. This was again too full. In her zone. This is where she likes it. She's got a great swing off the bat. Great timer of the ball she is. Finding the gap. Putting pressure straight away on Nimasha. 5 wickets a career.
Left arm spin against the left-hand batter will be a challenge for her. Muniba is in good touch as well. That's shorter. Little bit of width. Muniba will look to cut it away. Will find the fielder. Good start this from Pakistan so far. They've been finding boundaries. Sri Lanka will have to be very accurate with their bowling. There is some assistance for the spinners, but they have to be able to extract that assistance.
And coming down the track, hitting it straight. This is beautiful batting This is excellent from Mahinda, putting pressure on Nimasha. Yes, they all love it. They're all enjoying this stint from the captain.
And I like it, Ali, that they're being aggressive. Yes, they know they're chasing less than run a ball, but the positive approach is good to see. They've been batting like this, and they've always got good starts. And because the score is low, they're not going into a shell. They're going for their shots, and that is very encouraging to see.
And I believe that's the right thing to do. Looking for that runs every time, pushing it at the ball. Because if they can get this partnership, a good partnership early on, then it makes things easier for the batters to come. Pakistan are a relatively younger side, although they have Aisha Zafar, very experienced. Naji Albi been included. Good running, very good call, making it safely.
Yeah, these two have been very impressive. They're running between the wickets, the boundary hitting throughout the series. They've started off very, very well. And Pakistan have always had good power plays. It's just the phase after that where they seem to be losing momentum throughout. This one was played with soft hands towards the leg side and a quick single.
Nine runs of this over so far. One delivery to go. 23 runs. Pakistan are off to a good start. Impressive start. Inside edge, inside edge. 3 done, 23 for none. Right, this is what Pakistan needed to do, and they're doing it. They needed to get to a good start. They've got that good start. Samaria Tapado making a few changes, and this is a good move, I believe. Bringing in Kavisha Dilhari early on, because I believe she is the most skillful one as far as spin department is concerned.
Now she's been among the wickets, been bowling good lines as well. So Chamari trusting her to deliver in the power play, try and prize out an early wicket here.
Just what Muniba did. She started off with her best bowler, Hani.
Pakistan have really lifted their game today, starting off in the field. I got to ask you, Ali, to turn things around within 48 hours after a poor performance in the field, what kind of change would it have been? Is Wahab Riaz the kind of coach who brings out the hairdryer treatment, goes all aggressive, or is he the more softer approach where he sits them down and says, look, this is how we need to turn things around?
Well, normally what we associate with Wahab and the management is that they go with that soft approach because they know that this is a young side. Everyone, they're trying to build a team, bring in some youngsters. So they expect that don't expect too much from these youngsters. But still the sort of approach they had in the previous game, I'm pretty much sure he was a very angry man. And it's not easy. Oh, up in the air, but in the gap again. Another boundary for Muniba. Boundaries are coming quite easily for Pakistan at the moment.
Yeah, not the first time we've seen batters being deceived by the bounce by the spinners. This was cut away, but takes the top edge. Lucky for her, went in that gap. And Muniba picks up another boundary. And you're right about Wahab. He comes across as a very friendly character. But I'm sure he must be having his ways of working with these girls.
Yeah, not just Wahab, but all the management. You see Umaid Asif, the bowling coach. There's Imran Farhat, who's a batting consultant. Abdul Rahman, the former international. Right there. Miss Aisha Asha, the manager. All of them. They're very helpful. They're very kind. They understand what is required. They know what these girls are capable of. Oh, she's ballooned one up. Ballooned one up. No, that's not what Pakistan wanted. It's the captain. One shot too many, I would say.
Well, using the feet has worked up until this T20, but batters have looked to do that today and skied them up. The first wicket goes down. The captain who's in form, Muniba Ali, cannot make too many runs today. Sri Lanka needed an early wicket through Kavisha. They've got an early wicket. They've got the skipper. 19 of 16 for Muniba. It's 1 for 29.
Right, a new number 3 for Pakistan, Najia Alvi. She's a wicket keeper who can bat well, especially against spinners. She's a very smart operator. You'll see a lot of sweep shots, reverse sweep. But what a big moment it can be for in the game. He just went after it. There's no thought process behind it. Just swing of the bat. You see, straight away starting off with the sweep. She's off the mark with a sweep shot. Pakistan lost a wicket, and that too of their captain. 4 done, 30 for 1.
Muniba providing the start. 19 of 16 for her. Shawal is still out there. 114 is what they're chasing. The advantage Pakistan have is that they know what they're chasing. We've seen them set totals in the first 2 T20s. They made 170 plus. Wasn't enough, but they'll feel like they have what it takes to chase this down. And another change in the bowling. So 1 over spells from everyone. Kavisha providing the wicket, and Chamari brings out her best bowler from the second T20, 17-year-old Chamudi Prabodha.
She was very impressive. Got a couple of wickets, important wickets. So what the captain is doing, they're not letting the batters settle to one bowler because she has to make quick changes. Not many runs to defend. So whatever has to happen, it has to happen quickly.
Yeah, how they'd love to get another wicket here, especially that of Shawal. Bring 2 new batters out. Keep applying the pressure.
Probably bowling it slow. They must have seen how Pakistan spinners operated. They gave nothing to the batters. They bowled it very slow. Can they do it? Can they repeat what they did? She swept one. Slog sweep. She will get a boundary. Great placement. There was no one there.
Shawal's good at that shot. We've seen her play this quite often in this series. Nicely gets under it. And the bat turning, ensuring that it doesn't go too square. On towards mid-wicket, a few bounces into the fence. That should make her feel good. And pressure straight away on young Chamudi.
Yeah, and that has made a change in the field. Now the fielder at mid-wicket has gone deep and square leg has come inside the circle. This is good. Really good. Sensible from Shawal. They've got 5 runs already. There is no need to go big again.
There's a change for Nachiha now, the field. That's what we'll have to see. Yes, it remains the same, long on and mid-wicket in position. That'll be a dot ball from Chamudi. 6 runs so far. She was the under-19 captain despite being just 17, so she'll be a bit more mature and know things to be done in such a phase of the game.
Yeah, cheeky. That's what we know of her. Keep an eye on the third and the 45 fielder while she's on strike. 5-1. Pakistan are off to a good start. 36 for 1.
Pakistan in control. 36 for 1 after 5. Kavisha. Oh, aerially played. Chance. No. That's a maximum. Shawal is showing a might against the off break of Kavisha. Playing with the wind, getting a 6.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely power. The leg spinner. Going over mid-wicket. The slog sweep. Great strike from Shawal. Yes, Pakistan in control as well as Shawal as well. Gets a first maximum of the day.
Yeah, Kavisha can mix it up really well. Will come around the wicket now. And bowled! What a response there. Kavisha strikes. It was the arm ball coming in straight and quick. Shawal opening and clearing the stumps for Kavisha to dart in.
Yeah, lovely. Quicker one through the air. Misjudged the length, I would say. Some bit of turn as well. Hitting the timber right in the middle stump. Good comeback from Kavisha to get rid of Shawal. She passed for a quick fire knock of 21. Pakistan losing the second wicket on 42.
Aisha Zafar is the new batter. 586 runs with a strike rate over 100. Also has a century to her credit. 102 not out. She won't require those many runs. What she'll require to do is play it through. The ball dropping just short. Kavisha is now creating that little element of doubt in the minds of the batters. And that is because of this. Instead of going on the front foot, she goes on the back foot, opens up the gates, and the ball goes through. Bang. Kavisha has picked up 2 wickets already, both wickets to fall in just 8 deliveries that she had bowled. Width. Is she trying to set up Aisha?
Yeah, she's bowling those leg spinners just outside the off stump with a heavily packed offside field in the inner ring. She has to be very careful with her lines and lengths.
Driven in the gap, and we'll get the single. Aisha will open her account with that one.
Yeah, both the openers are back in the heart for Pakistan, but they have some runs on board, Neil. 7 runs plus and over, but it's a reset time. 2 new batters, fairly 2 new batters at the middle. So they need to make sure that they will be coping with the run rate in the consolidation overs. Single to end the 6th over. The power play done for Pakistan. They managed to get 44 runs for the loss of 2 wickets.
So this is how the first bit of the Pakistani batting looked like. Absolutely in control. Shawal and Muniba both getting runs in all parts of the ground. Muniba looked so good using her feet against the spinners. Sri Lanka did deploy the same tactics as Pakistan, opening with a spin attack, and that was when Muniba got out, getting sixes with comfort, Shawal, and then the very next delivery, Kavisha gets back. So that's how the power play has concluded, and so does the indicator from the umpire state, as young Chamudi will come in. She's really good, picked up 2 wickets in that previous game. She's really tight on her lines and lengths. Also, being so young, potentially does not have that kind of strength to rip the ball through really quick. Goes in the advantage because you bowl it slightly slower through the air and you're making the batters work. Single. They run the first one out. They're looking for the second. No! Good calling. Very good calling.
Yeah, good call. There was no second run at all. The squad-leg fielder running in to save that second run. Yes, Shamita Buddha has been outstanding with her slow left-arm orthodox spinners here. That's this hesitation, but just managed to get that single.
Playing straight, fairly safe. Pakistan doesn't need to do anything silly from here on. Run a ball and you're home. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Rotating strike, get your singles going. Maybe if there's an opportunity, convert that single into a double. Punish a bad ball. Absolute textbook cricket. The formula is set. The stage is set because the captain batted phenomenally well. O'Mahony in the foreground also has been exceptional with the ball in the field as well. Mighty impressed with what she delivers, O'Mahony.
Pakistan dealing with those singles, milking. I think that is the great option that they have, not to lose wickets.
Closing the face of the bat a little too early. End of the over, 7 gone. 48 for 2. The wicket column looks rich for Kavisha, not for anyone else. But Malki, that 1 over going for 10 runs. I wonder when would she get a chance again. Nimasha, 1 over 9. These have been expensive. As Nimasha continues. Left arm spinner. A lot of left arm spinners have come into the world of cricket, and then there's a slight amount of over dependency on them. You see any international team and you will invariably find one left arm spinner as a part of it. Big shout and gone. And that's the reason why the left arm spinner is an integral part of any squad. They can bring the ball in, take the ball away, and that angle from where they bring in the ball, slightly wideish this time, straight into the gloves of the wicket keeper. Faint edge, and Pakistan lose Najia Alvi. 5 of 10 for her, 49 for 3 Pakistan. O'Mahony, the responsibility has been given to her with the bat. We saw how critical she was with the ball. Playing her 12th game, wearing jersey number 12.
Oh, she wants to take a single. Send back. Aisha Zafar wanted to get on strike. Hani saying that no, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Aisha Zafar, your calling has to be louder in that case.
Well, Neil, Sri Lanka to come back into the game, they need to go to take those wickets. Definitely, they can't allow to lose those momentums with the batters. See that ball, a little bit bounce of Nimasha. That thick outside edge. 50 on board for Pakistan with that single. With Sri Lanka fighting hard, isn't it? Yes. After the power play, they've bowled very good lines and lengths.
Indeed. The ball is staying a tad low. Dot to end the over. 8 gone, 50 for 3. I'm not a face reader, but I can tell you one thing. This is still a concerned camp. There's not a face there that is looking, oh, this is going to be easy. This is in our pocket. No, all of them are still worried because Chamaria Tapatu has taken the responsibility with the ball. Pakistan have lost 3. A couple of more wickets in the next couple of overs, and a target of 114 will look like a mountain.
Yeah, Sri Lanka has the liberty of 4 spinners. That means, calculately, it's 16 overs, Neil. So heavily they will rely on the spinners on this surface. Is he happy out there?
Oh, he always is. He always is. We haven't seen a grim face there. Quickly stealing a single there. I personally feel that this game is still Pakistan's to lose. They're very much in control. Look at the sportsman's spirit here. Aisha Zafar requiring a shoelace tie-up. And it's the skipper, Chamaria Tapatu herself, saying, don't worry, I'll help you, mate. This is the beauty of the game. You might be fierce opponents, but whenever there's an opportunity to help each other, you'll always stand tall.
I think those dot balls will build a little bit of pressure for Pakistan. There you see, slower through the air, not offering the ball come on to the bat. I think it's a great move, Chamari, using her experience to come into the attack.
Yeah, rightly so. You pick a wicket over here and you'll push Pakistan back deeper. Swept. And we'll get a boundary. That will relieve some pressure. It was just a 2-run over so far, and a boundary will definitely add to the confidence of Pakistan and Umehani.
Yeah, definitely there were some dot balls building up. Sweep shot coming in. Played it very fine along the ground. And look at this outfield. Oh, that's fast and quick. Yes, like you mentioned, some relief. Because they're going at 6 runs per over. And they're asking to go at below than that.
They've run the first one really hard. They're going for the second. No! Very good call, I reckon, of sending Aisha Zafar back. 9 overs gone. It's 57 for 3.
Nimasha, she picked up a wicket in the previous over. But there was half a chance there. Ran the first one really hard. Aisha wanted the second. But good send back.
Yes, I think Nimasha bowling that power play over, conceding 9 runs, quite expensive. That was the time with Munibali was striking. She was using the feet, but right now, she has built up that pressure ball in those dot balls, picking up a wicket like you mentioned in the previous over. But these two batters dealing with those singles, being very busy, pushing. This was the miscommunication, slight miscommunication, but no harm done. Good call at the end from Wehani to not to opt to go for that second run.
Very smart. They run the first one. Are they looking for the second? Omehani had overrun the first one, and that's why I had to probably run back a couple of yards and then take the second. 2 runs added to the total.
So she has ran 2.5 runs maybe.
Yeah.
But that's the pressure that you build on the fielders. Drop and run.
Fine leg. Was inside the circle. Now Wahab Riaz with Muniba Ali, the captain and the coach. I'm sure that there was a conversation that they had. Muniba again. Probably looks disappointed about something. Wonder what is it? Oh, beautiful fielding, chance of a run out and a direct hit. They were over eager on every connection they were making and paying the price there. Omehani straight to the fielder, wanted to take a chance and gone.
Was that the concern of Munibali there, alongside Wahab Riaz, that the batters are going for risky singles? See, playing through with the shot, not communicating with the partner. Bullseye. Direct hit. And Omehani, I reckon there, you see, she will have to walk very slowly. She departs for 8. Pakistan losing the 4th wicket on 61.
Well, and as she walks back, the drinks are in the circle.
Okay, so drinks done with, fielders replenished, and a new batter in the centre. 4 wickets to fall so far Pakistan. That was Munib Ali. She's going really well. Then Shawal, followed by that brilliant delivery. And then a run out. Wonder what was the communication, or was there any communication at all between these two? Looking to run and steal every single that was on offer. On that occasion, played it straight to Imisha and ran.
It was great piece of work from Himesha Dulani at short extra cover. She had to dive and then grab that run out, direct hit. 10 overs done. Pakistan 61 for 4.
Right, Pakistan, I would say, in trouble. She plays one up and over. Beautiful shot. Aisha Zafar is the key from here on for Pakistan. She has to play long and deep.
When in doubt, strike and strike hard is what Aisha is thinking. A bit of a stutter with that 4th wicket, but as long as Aisha is out there, Pakistan will believe they can see this through. First ball of Chamudi is over. She goes downtown.
This is such an important passage of the game. Pakistan cannot afford to lose any more wicket. This partnership, a very important one. 65 for 4. We've just lost a wicket of Ummehani courtesy to a run out. Samir?
Well, there had to be one. There was some misunderstanding brewing between the two.
Beautiful shot. Excellent footwork. Understanding the length and then flat batting it through covers for 4.
And no one on the offside, and bowling that short is not a good idea from Chamudi. And Aisha, there wasn't width, but she made room very well to go through the offside and in that gap for 4. Once again, Aisha is key for Pakistan in chasing this down. They've had some ghosts in the past of making a mess of easy chasers. They don't want them to come back haunting them.
Another one. Shot wide outside the off stump. She cuts it beautifully. This is a good over. Good comeback by Aisha Zafar and Pakistan.
Chamudi taking away the advantage of getting that wicket. There was some pressure building, but a couple of loose deliveries has allowed Pakistan to breathe a lot more comfortably. 41 now required of 56. Sri Lanka will not be able to defend this. They'll have to pick up wickets, and that will require some very good bowling. Head down from Chamudi, but Chamudi will motivate her to do better. There is still time left in the game.
Yeah, just the margin of error is so minimum that one good over either side can change the course of the game. And Pakistan would feel that this is sort of an over, but that Pakistan was looking for 13 runs off it already.
Yeah, they'll be thinking about that run out and wonder, was that really necessary? Things have gone well for them. A lot of boxes ticked, especially with the bowling and fielding. Good, decent start with the bat. Iman Fatima, she hit the ball quite well in that previous game, but yet to get off the mark here. Good over for Pakistan, this 13 off it, 11 done, 74 for 4. Right in between the Hambantota tank. People do take boat trips over there. But yesterday, we went for a nice little view of the Sigiriya Rock, not too far from here, just a 20-minute drive. Had some lovely king coconuts. Have you tried them yet?
Coconuts. Yeah, we had coconut water the other day when we were in Hambantota. My wife loves it. We went to this village safari. I was having a word with Neil. Told him about the experience that we had there. Amazing experience. Witnessing the village life of Sri Lanka. Kavisha again being brought to break the partnership. It's just that Pakistan is in a good position that they can afford those singles. They don't have to necessarily go after the bowling or go for the big shots.
Yeah, the instruction will be simple. Bat the 20 overs without losing wickets and you'll see this game through. Nothing fancy required from here on. And that's what you see in this part of Sri Lanka. Some beautiful mountains, lots of greenery, lots of temples and monasteries being built on top of these mountains as well.
Yeah, not finding the gap. Iman Fatma. We usually associate that she's more of a big hitter, more of a six hitter. But this situation demands a different approach from her. All she needs to do is just stay out there with Aisha Zafar. Build a partnership. Don't have to be fancy. Don't have to go after those big hits. Yeah, just another dot deliveries.
Yeah, yet to get off the mark. And I think Sri Lanka will look to apply some pressure on her. She'll be a lot more satisfied than she was in the last 2 days, smiling now. And she'll hope that that smile remains on her face for the next few overs.
It's very important that Pakistan end this tour on a winning note. They played well. They started off the tour well with a win in ODIs. Then they lost those 4 games, 2 ODIs and 2 T20Is. Now this is the last game. It will give this young side a lot of confidence going into the Asia Cup. We talk about that will be a big tournament.
Yeah, supposedly to be held end of this month. There are rumors that it might be in the UAE. So these girls will have to travel quite a bit.
She's found the gap and will race away to the boundary. An important boundary for Pakistan and Iman Fatma. She was in a bit of pressure, but this is a pressure releaser.
Yeah, it took her 6 balls to get off the mark. She played all of those shots on the offside, kept finding the fielder, but this time she had enough time to get it in the gap and open her account with a boundary. Now, you talk about her not going after the shots, but I don't think she's used to defending and prodding. She's a very natural hitter of the ball. When I look at her footwork, I don't think she's meant for defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell. She fancies that long on mid-wicket area. She likes it big in those areas. Pakistan required 34 of 48, 12 done, 80 for 4. "34 runs required of 48 deliveries." Pakistan, you would say, in a commanding position in this game, Samir, unless no more comments on that, because we know that Pakistan has the habit of losing quick wickets. Shamari, she heaves one. Fielder, she takes it. Iman Fatma could not quite hold on to her nerves. The situation demanded a different technique, but she went after the bowling and lost her wicket.
We talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah.
She's not the kind of player who looks to nudge it around. She knows one way of batting and she goes that way. Chamari Atapattu brings herself on, tempts her to play that big slog sweep. The fielder is in position. I think that is a very well planned wicket. Barely holds on to it. And Chamari knows what an important wicket this is. Now Pakistan have lost half their side. Iman Fatima not able to contribute today. 5 of 8 for her. Pakistan in a bit of a spot of bother. 80 for 5.
Read that sentence. Saira Jabi, the new batter in. Again, she's more of an attacking player, likes to go big, likes to play her strokes. But what happened in the previous delivery was unimaginable. I just could not believe that she's attempted for that shot. The situation demanded a different role was expected.
Yeah, instincts, she just goes for it. And I think sometimes, in certain situations, you have to curb those instincts. Chamari Athapattu really floating it up there, tempting them to go for the shots.
Yeah, I wonder if Pakistan lose Aisha Zafar here, then the things will be very, very interesting. So all this responsibility is on Aisha's shoulder. She has to see the team home. Oh, there's an opportunity, run out opportunity. A better throw would have made things different.
Yeah, she's looking tense now, screaming out instructions at Aisha. You've got to be out there, Aisha. The last woman standing for us. Things could go very wrong if she loses a wicket here for Pakistan.
Yeah, I wonder what's the urgency about in taking those risky singles. Pakistan are in a very good position as far as the runs are concerned. All they need to make sure is they don't lose a wicket. And then they do something like this.
She set off immediately. Saira did take a start from the non-strikers end, but she immediately denied it, luckily for her. Had enough time to get back. But you're right, can't afford those panic situations, Pakistan, from here on, because they do look comfortable to go on and win it. Yet, there are doubts. 31 required of the last 7 overs, 83 for 5. Drawing inspiration from their superstar heroes that are out there in the field, someday hoping to represent their nation. All of them enjoying. Yes, Sri Lanka may be on the back foot, but that is one thing you'll get from the public here. When they come to watch a match, they enjoy regardless of the result. It's a party out here.
Yeah, and the weather is supported. It's perfect weather for a cricket game. To enjoy some good quality cricket, and this game is heading towards a very interesting end. Malki is back, bowled 1 over for 10. Getting the wicketkeeper up in the circle. This is good batting. With the straight bat, easing it towards long on for 1.
Interesting change this from Chamari, bringing on the fast bowler. I would assume that the batters will be a lot more comfortable facing the fast bowler instead of the spinners who were extracting some bounce and turn on this track.
Yeah, this is good captaincy, I believe, from Chamari Athapattu, because especially Aisha Zafar, she was very comfortable playing those spinners. She had a good footwork. So trying a little different plan against her. Let's see if she can do something different, looking for that boundary, all those quick singles. 23 runs of 20 deliveries. Oh, that's up in the air, but safe zone. 4 runs, in fact. A very lucky boundary. Pakistan and Aisha Zafar will take it with both hands.
I'm not sure what she was looking to do there, Ali. Full delivery. She's looking to play a sweep shot against a fast bowler. Or she saw the slower delivery. It was a leg cutter. But very lucky that it went behind the keeper and not right up.
She looks committed. She looks focused. She's been short of runs in previous few games. And this is a good time. She can... Oh, that's through. Dived over it. Another boundary for Aisha Zafar and Pakistan. Ease up the nerves, certainly.
Sri Lanka cannot afford those mistakes if they are to get something out of this game. This was flicked towards fine. Both third and fine are up in the circle. Like you said, instead of diving behind it, she dove over it. And that'll be 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries for Aisha. Will ease the pressure now.
Yeah, just in the middle and in the dugout also. We saw some tense faces there. Now 22 runs of 38. I think as long as Aisha stays, should be done. You see Malki trying different things, trying those cutters, those knuckle deliveries, just to break the partnership.
She got a promotion today, Mehani, in the batting. Must have convinced the coach and captain.
Yeah,
I
did
don't just
Najalvi.
bowl, I can bat as well.
And she surely can. We have seen in the domestic cricket that she is capable enough. Also, Najia Alvi got a promotion too at number 3. And she can take her time, don't worry about it. She's got plenty of deliveries left to get those 22 runs, Aisha Zafar. 92 for 5 after 14.
Aisha, labelled in orange, holds the key here for Pakistan. Starts again from Muniba and Shawal, but couldn't kick on from there. Sri Lanka must have felt like they have an in after they got those early wickets. But Aisha is holding one end and ensuring that she sees the team through. Chase this down without further stutter. Saira will have to partner her because after this there's no batting to come for Pakistan.
Yeah, there's Tuba Hassan. She can bat a bit, but just a bit. We don't expect some heroics from her, but this partnership surely, as you said, is the key. Chamudi is back for her last over. A quick single, a good one. Well judged single from Saira.
Yeah, fielder is on the line there, so was very quick to get off after hitting that. And Chamudi hasn't been among the wickets today. Chamal will be hoping that she can provide her just one more here at least off the back foot and quickly set off. That's more like it. Good clear communication between the two batters.
Yeah, looking around where those gaps are available. There she is. Tuba Hassan. Poor delivery. You don't want to be seeing that as a captain of bowling side. Not given wide.
Maybe there was some glove onto it. Just looking for the sweep. Let's have a closer look. Maybe it's bat. I don't know. Close call.
You're trying your best. Looking for two. Looking for two. Sarah is coming back for the second towards the danger end. She makes it back safely.
Again, good early call. Ran the first one harder. Knew immediately that they want to come back. And putting pressure on the fielder. This is good stuff. This is how they need to go about things. Nothing fancy. No aggression required. Hit it in the gaps and chase it down.
Yeah, all they require is some sense. And this should be done up. It was upish just for one. This is good. It's really good from these two. Single, dot, double and a single. This is what you require. Just simple, technically correct cricket is what is required. Yeah, Dot won't mind. They won't mind those dot deliveries. That's all right. They already have 4 runs in the over. Yeah, you can see the belief coming. The face is relaxing a little bit. The tension is gone because they now believe that they're in that safer zone.
Sweep shot to get a single off the last ball. Comfortably watch off Chamudi, who ends wicketless with 28 runs, and Pakistan from here on looking quite comfortable. 17 required off the last 5. They are 97 for 5. So this is what the game looks like so far. Pakistan requires 17 of 30 deliveries. Aisha Zafar leading the chase, 34 not out of 27. Saira Jabin using a feet. Oh, poor throw. And Aisha says, no, that's all right. We'll just take a single and be happy.
Yeah, the fielder had to come round and back it up. So in the perspective of Sri Lanka camp, I think they really did struggle with the bat, and now great strike from Jabin there. Yeah, strike at the stumps there. But happy with the single.
Straight to the point fielder. Yeah, you don't really need to do anything silly. I reckon that's exactly what even the skipper is shouting. Don't do anything silly. The game is in your hand. 16 of 28. A single there. They have enough time on hand, these two batters. They can drive to Colombo, go to Gaul and come back and then still win it.
Well, I think Aisha Zafar has played a very major role in this run chase. She's handled the pressure when the partners are losing from the other end. And nicely working those singles. Yeah, lovely. Good running. Brings up the 100 for Pakistan.
This pair is playing absolute percentage cricket. They're playing in the gaps. Running the first one hard with intent. Always looking for the second. Converting the ones into twos. Good delivery there by Nimasha. Good comeback.
Yeah, despite the first over, she bowled very well in good lines.
Wahab Riaz, meanwhile, is still sending out some message. Probably just sending out a little sip of water with a message. I don't need to do anything silly. 16 gone. It's 101 for 5. (101 for 5 after 16. Saira 8 of 10, 35 of 29 for Aisha. Just 13 runs required of 24 deliveries. The skipper there, she's looking a little worried. Trying to assess the field. Chamari Tapatu. She'll be bowling her last over.
She's been very economical today, Neil. Just conceding 14 runs.
Over the fielder. Was there half a chance there standing on the lines? 4 runs coming through.
Did I jinx on that? Being economical. First ball goes for a boundary. And Aisha Zafar, she moves to 39 with that boundary. See, short, played uppishly over that cover point fielder. There was a chance maybe both hands would have grabbed her, that catch. But eventually Pakistan inching close to that victory.
And now in single digits. And gone! Anti-climax over here. It was looking like a unidirectional route. And then all of a sudden, we see a change in direction. Chamaria Tapatu, the skipper, the experience, bringing it to 4. And Aisha Zafar was getting all the runs, who had done all the hard work. Tracks the ball back into the stumps. Gone.
Yeah, good wicket. for Chamari with a spell coming to an end in this over. Ashes Zafar repass for 39. Very, very handy knock for Pakistan. Losing their 6th wicket on 105.
Okay, so Tuba is in. She did well with the ball. Tuba Hassan, 47 games. Stays in the crease on the back foot. Gets her first run in this game.
Chamari Yatapathu bowled very good lines and areas. Tossed up delivery inside edge. Aisha Zafar going for a big slog sweep, hitting the bottom of it and then crashing the stumps. But I think she played a very good role in this run chase, like I mentioned earlier. Oh, what happened there? She lost the bat, and then Chamari looks really unhappy today.
Well, a comedy of errors there. There's a smile on Saira's face, and that is because she was lucky to get back in. Lost the grip of the bat, but not the presence of mind. Got back into the crease. Now chance. Runs the first one with intent, but will stay there with just a single. Pakistan, they have the game in their hands. You don't lose from here. There are smiles and giggles in the background. But the foreground still stressed out. Muniba, Omehani, they still look a little tensed. Dot ball to end the over. 17 gone, 107 for 6. Just 7 runs required of 18 deliveries. They have forever in their hands to win this game. Pakistan. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, need to pick 4 wickets. 4 good deliveries and the game could be Sri Lanka's.
I think they are happy with those singles right now. There's a lot of balls remaining, just needing 6 runs, only 1 hit away. But I don't think they will want to take those risks. They will take those singles quite easily because they need to deal Aisha for the remaining 5 deliveries. She has been outstanding today with those 2 wickets, conceding just 22 runs. But Chamari bowled a very good spell. 2 for 20 in 4 overs.
You're right. We saw what happened when they tried to take that risk in Kavisha. A little misfield. 5 required of 16. 1 hit away. But I reckon this pair of the Pakistani batters will want to just keep calm, get those singles, find leg inside the circle, which means the shot was on. Definitely on, but not enough. Now, still, the fielders are standing on the circle, on the edge of the circle. Where's that single saving position? Driven. Another single added.
Yeah, definitely we were talking off air this because the inner ring fielders, they haven't been saving those singles at all. Munibali, maybe she's concerned a little bit, but she's kind of happy as well. Pakistan winning the first game in the ODI series and now inching close, just 4 runs away for victory in the last T20.
You're right. It'll just help to boost the morale of this young squad that Pakistan has under Wahab Riaz. He definitely have put in some sense as far as fielding is concerned, because this Pakistani side today looked like a different unit altogether in the outfield. Good piece of fielding there. 18 gone, 110 for 6. Four more runs required now. 1 hit away. And Kavya will come into bowl. What runs through in the mind of batters that are number 7 and number 8? They know that they have to win the game. It's on their shoulders, the responsibility of getting a W. But at the same time, there could be potentially that little element of self-doubt. They don't get to bat enough more often than not. They probably don't train enough to bat sometimes. So when close games come in, I reckon it's a lot of instinct over skill. Running the first one hard. So I reckon you will see a lot of these where the batters are trying to go towards the mid-wicket region, trying to pick the ball from wherever it lands, hit it towards the vacant mid-wicket region, get those singles. Very instinctive. That's what I personally feel. Into the gap, and that's going to be the boundary to seal the deal for Pakistan. They finish the T20I series with a win that they deserved truly. They were a much better side on the field. Sri Lanka would definitely have won the series, but Pakistan, with the intent that they showed on the field today in the first innings and with the consistency with the bat, they definitely have won hearts. This young squad of Pakistan would definitely take a lot from this series. The ODI series first and now the T20I series. Munibali, you should be proud. Chamaria Tapatu, the legend, continues to deliver. Won the series. And these youngsters in the Pakistani squad, they definitely would be looking forward to take home a lot of heart from this game.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. They started off well, coming down to Sri Lanka, and now they ended well. Pakistan to take some positive things out from this win. And Sri Lanka also making changes in this game after winning the series, the first 2 games. So Pakistan coming into this game, improving their fielding and bowling department now in this run chase, winning this game by 4 wickets comprehensively with 10 balls to spare. In the context of a game, yes, it was slower. It was not offering nothing much to the batters. They had to struggle, but they have pulled their socks up and performed brilliantly in this game.
Well, yeah, handshakes all around between these two squads. The way they have gone about their business is just phenomenal today. Meanwhile, Chamaria Tapatu, the happy skipper, definitely all smiles. Couldn't convert this series win into a whitewash. But one thing for sure, that she would be happy considering the youngsters that she has in her own squad, the way that they have delivered. This coaching unit of Sri Lanka as well. Meanwhile, Pakistan, they will have a bunch of things to work on as far as the fielding is concerned, their planning is concerned, their application is concerned. Nothing to take away from the fact that they are extremely skilled. And so is the flutter of the Sri Lankan flag flying high with the big smile on the face of the mascot here at the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. The last T20I panned out in this fashion, where Pakistan chased down a tinier total from the context of the series, 115 in 18.2 overs, led by Aisha in the batting, 39 of 31. Everyone chipped in. Muniba was looking really good, like she has throughout the series, opening the innings, and 21 for Shawal. Then stutters, quick wickets, might have probably put in a little bit of a doubt in the minds of the batters, but not too much.
Bowling department, Lanka, Kavisha 4 for 24, and also Nimasha bowling well, and Chamari I think bowled well. Spinners doing their job, but not much runs offered by the batters for Sri Lanka to defend this score. But partnerships coming in, that middle frame, like you mentioned, there was a starter. They were at one stage 4 down for 61, but Aisha suffered, I think, holding her nerves perfectly today, and she did the job, scoring 39 runs.
So today it was a fabulous start there with the skipper Munib Ali and Shawal opening the batting for Pakistan, requiring just 114 to win. They were very comfortable using their feet, and then while runs were happening, a miscued shot ensured that Munib Ali stay in the center, was cut short. Shawal continued her hitting. She kept getting those runs, but then at this juncture, losing a wicket was never too helpful. Runs came in all shapes and forms, and then at one point in time, when this run out happened of Omehani, suddenly the Pakistani batting looked like they were stuttering. They slowed down. Boundaries were sparse to find, but they consistently ensured that runs kept coming. Eman Fatima went with those blistering shots till she was taken in the deep mid-wicket region, and then a little bit of cheekiness, a little bit of luck, and eventually it was Chamaria Tapatu who did add to her wickets column, but couldn't keep Pakistan from winning the third and the final encounter of the Rhino presence, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Women's 2026, powered by Honor. So this is what it looked like. Sri Lanka 113 for 6 in the 20 overs. Momina picking up 2 wickets. Aisha and Nashra 1 each. Chamari topped the scoring with 34, and when Pakistan came to bat, Aisha controlled the game completely. 39 of 31. Chamari and Kavisha amongst wickets. Pakistan winning by 4 wickets at this gorgeous looking ground. The coach having a conversation with this setup, this unit. A lot of youngsters, but they have shown heart, and I'm sure that they will take a lot of positives. They did lose the last game, but have won the series already. And while the conversation of the coach is on, we will take a quick short break, and when we come back, we'll come back with the presentation ceremony with Sameer Yunus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the conclusion of the Rhino Presents Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, powered by Honor. The T20 series is done and dusted, and so is the tour of the Pakistani women here in Sri Lanka. It's been a long couple of weeks, but it has been full of entertaining cricket and drama on the field. Before we obviously announce our player of the match, player of the series, and speak to the captains, we'd like to quickly thank our sponsors, our title sponsors, Rhino, Honor as well, Bank Al-Falah and Agro Ventures. To make this afternoon even more special, I've had the pleasure today of joining me in the presentation party. The chairman of the Sri Lanka Cricket Transformation Committee, Mr. Iran Vikramratne, is here. Welcome, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. And of course, representing our title sponsors, the area sales manager of Rhino Roofing Products, Mr. Sudanta Abesinghe. Welcome. Right, we start off by having a quick chat with the losing captain of the day. Let's talk to Chamari Atapattu, losing captain of the day. You're smiling because you won the series, but let's talk about the game today. You went on to bat. Didn't look easy when you went on to bat. There was some grip and turn on the surface.
Yeah, a little bit grippy in the wicket. But as a professional team, we need to execute our plans. And I feel we are not batting according to our plans and according to the condition. So I think batting department have to take responsibility, because 140, 130 is good score in this wicket to defend.
Well, you've been batting well, chasing scores, but you think there's a problem in setting a score, batting first?
Yeah, definitely. Because we are really good when we chase in, but every time we need to, when we start, if we are set the tone, so we need to bat in according to the plans, and the execution is most important thing, and the condition. So we have to adjust the condition and play now positive cricket. That's the most important thing.
Well, it's been a successful tour for you, a win in the ODI series 2-1, a win in the T20s 2-1. I know there's lots of positives, but are there areas you're looking to improve before your next big assignment, which I'm assuming is the Asian Games? So you've got a break, but are there things you'd like to work on?
Yeah, definitely, especially our bowling, and because a lot of young bowlers in my team, so it's not an excuse for them, so they have to improve, and bowling, fielding. I saw some areas to improve in fielding as well. And today batting little bit, I'm upset about today batting. So I think we need to improve these three departments before Asia Cup.
Well, hard luck for today's game, but congrats on the series win. We'll see you soon next time.
Thank you very much.
Chamari Atapattu, today's losing captain, but winning the series 2-1 here in the T20s. Now let's award the player of the match, and to give that award away, it's Mr. Sudanta Abesinghe, the area sales manager of Rhino Roofing Products. There were a few good contributions, but it was a 39 of 31 with the bat, and of course picking up one wicket, giving away just 6 runs. It's Ayesha Zafar from Pakistan. She's the player of the match. Stood there chasing down 114. Somebody needed to play long and play smart, and she certainly did that, Ayesha Zafar. Aisha, let's have a quick chat once you've posed with the trophy. When you went out to bat, it was a tricky situation. What did you make of the surface and the situation you went in?
Yeah, the service was not exactly how we imagined it, because the last 2 games it was very flat. However, the job needed to be done, and somebody had to do it. So, yeah.
You played very, very well. 113 you restricted Sri Lanka to. What was the conversation in the break, in the dressing room, in terms of instructions of how you want to go about chasing that score?
We didn't want it to take the match too long. We wanted to bat the way that we have been batting, and I think that is actually what helped us to keep the score going.
You've been in good touch, but looking back at the series, are there things you'd like to improve yourself for your personal game?
Yeah, definitely not exactly how I wanted to play. I didn't score big, but then again, we'll come back stronger in the next games, next Asia Cup, inshallah.
All the best to you and go well.
Thank you so much.
Our player of the match from this game, Ayesha Zafar, with a 39 of 31 and 1 wicket, giving away 6 runs. Now, we award the player of the series. And the player of the series, well, Mr. Sudanta Abesinghe will once again give away that award. The only centurion from the series from Sri Lanka, it's Imesha Dulani. Imesha, I'll ask you a couple of questions, won't keep you too long. You can answer me in Sinhalese and I will translate. 100 in the first game, and immediately coming to the side and making big runs, you must be very happy.
මට ගොඩක් සතුටුයි මොකද ටීම් එක වෙනුවෙන් දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙච්ච ගැන මම හිතනවා වෙච්ච මහන්සි වල ප්‍රතිඵලයක් තමයි අද මට මේ හම්බෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා.
She says she's very happy to contribute immediately in the team, and she says the hard work has paid off today. Imesha, in the next two games, you couldn't really kick on. What do you think went wrong with your batting? Was it a matter of wrong shot selection, or is there something else you didn't do right?
මං හිතනවා මේ සමහරක් වෙලාවට මට ඒ දේ කරගන්න උනේ නැහැ කියලා. හැබැයි මගේ ටීම් එකේ සංජනා සහ අනිත් කට්ටියත් එක්ක කට්ටිය මේ දෙවෙනි මැච් එකේ හොඳට කරා කියලා මං හිතනවා.
She says that even though she couldn't perform too well, she's happy that the other batters, including young Sanjana, did very well. Imesha, I won't keep you for too long. Congratulations, very well played, and all the best.
Thank you.
Imesha Dulani, the centurion from this series, getting 100 in the first T20. Now, let's talk to the winning captain of the match, Muniba Ali. Let's have a quick chat with her. Muniba, starting and ending the tour with a win, you must be happy that at least you ended on a winning note.
Yes, obviously a win is a good always, so we have really enjoyed.
What about today's game? You bowled well, restricting to 113. Did you already figure out, looking at the pitch, that there was a bit of turn and bounce? That's why you started with spin?
Actually, for batting perspective, we have decided last night that we will, if we win, we will bowl first today. But I think when we look at the pitch, when we came here at the ground, the pitch also looks a bit dusty, dry. So we had an idea.
You bowled really well, and the fielding really picked up from the previous game. What was that like? Was there any very hard instructions from the management to pick your game up in the field?
Yes, obviously, when you, not do good fielding, you obviously told to get done good work in the field. So I think everybody today put in their bodies, and which I really liked.
Despite the loss in the series, I'm sure there are many positives to take away. Talk to me about some of those.
Yes, obviously a lot of positives. I think the way Shawal have batted, making her come back in the team in all three matches, giving us a good start, and also playing after the power play. And then, from lower orders, Saira, Iman have chipped in, and in bowlers, Hani, Momna, and Wahida. Wahida is like making her comeback after she played a lot of domestic cricket, which she applied here. She bowled on good and length.
What about your own form at the top of the order? You got starts in all three games, but just couldn't kick on. Do you think the pressure of captaincy got to you, or was it just bad luck?
No, if I was in pressure, I was not even hitting boundaries. So I was in good touch because from the ODIs I was batting well. So I just thought that I also need to approach my game in a different way in T20, because a lot of T20 games are coming up. So I need to sort all my areas out in these matches.
Congratulations on today's win, and wish you good luck for the next games. Go well, all the best.
Thank you.
Losing captain Muniba Ali from today's game. Right now, it's the big moment. We invite the winning captain, the series winning captain of Sri Lanka, Chamari Athapattu, to pick up the trophy, the winning trophy of the T20 series from none other than Mr. Iran Wickramaratne, the chairman of the Cricket Transformation Committee. She will pose for the photo and then head to her teammates to pose for more photos with her team and enjoy the celebrations from there on. Thank you very much for joining us in this post-match presentation as we leave you with beautiful scenes of the team celebrating the T20 series victory. A big thank you to everyone for joining in, and it's back to the Combox for now.
Oh, what a memorable tour this has been for Sri Lanka. A memory that the Sri Lankan team will remember for a very, very long time. They won the ODI series first and then beat Pakistan in the T20I series, completing a white ball double led by Chamari Athapattu, the legend. But it wasn't just the Chamari Athapattu show. It was a complete series with performances coming in from literally everyone, from Vishmi to Harshita to the youngsters that came in, Ishani coming in and giving, Imesha in fact coming in and setting up the tone right. Young Chamudi impresses all with the spin, and this has been an incredible series that I'm sure that Sri Lanka will remember for a very, very long time to come. Beating Pakistan on home turf here, this Sri Lankan side will be ensuring that every little thing that adds up into the future that has been set up for Sri Lanka. It is not just that one big name that everyone thought would come out to get the team out of trouble. She has not just led the side but ensured that she brings in every single youngster along to build the future of Sri Lankan women's cricket team. One can safely say that Sri Lankan women's cricket future is in very, very safe hands with these youngsters that we've seen on display in this series. So as we sign off from the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium, Sri Lanka batted first in this last game, 113 for 6, and Pakistan very, very comfortably chasing it down. Aisha Zafar top scoring 39 of 31 and winning this game by 4 wickets. Wondering if how the series panned out. First the ODI series, Pakistan winning by 5 wickets, followed by 2 back-to-back wins by Sri Lanka. The decider was absolutely incredible, but Shamaria Tapatu actually topped it and ensured that they go on ahead on the ICC Women's Championship table. And as far as the T20I is concerned, well, it definitely was a Sri Lanka show all in all till Pakistan came in and won the third one today. From all of us here, from this beautiful city of Dambulla and this fantastic venue at the Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium, we say thank you to everyone who hosted us here and joined us for every single game, every single moment. We've been entertained thoroughly, and love that has been shown by the Sri Lankans. We'd love to come back again. Thank you so much and see you soon.